and Gannon. Maserati Marv's car is broken. The Suns hope to light up the Mavericks tonight, and the college football poll is out. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are always presented with our great partnership at Big's American Bar and Grill. We are there on Mondays in Peoria, right in the P83 district, 83rd Avenue and Bell. The show goes from 1 to 4, and then stick around. Monday Night Football, we roll for dough for $10,000. We will see you there next Monday. It'll be the Cowboys and the Raiders. So the Cardinals get a gut punch. Not Jimmy B and Manuch. We're hanging out today at Venezia's Pizzeria here on the campus of ASU.
Just take all that in, Jimmy B.
I am, brother.
Oh, that smells good. That's right. Yeah. We're at Venezia's Pizzeria at Presto Pizzeria at ASU on the campus of ASU, just north of College of University. We're out here. The Wednesday special, the 24-inch one-topping party pizza for only $28.99. That's a savings of over $5 per pizza. As I just mentioned, this is their newest location. They've got 7 Valley locations. And just a heads up for all of you dessert eaters like myself, I'm cutting back on the ice cream, though, Jimmy B.
Okay.
I've been going with the popcorn. But if I get me a freshly baked, chewy, soft, and buttery chocolate chunk or white chocolate macadamia cookie, I'm all over that bad boy.
Okay, brother.
Only $2.99. So at all of the participating Venezia's Pizzerias around the valley. Did I mention they got 7 right now?
Yes, you did.
And this is the newest location right here on the campus of Arizona State University.
And we are here today until 4 o'clock. So the news breaks while Manuch and I are talking on the phone. We do our
about a half hour before.
Yeah, our pre-show call. And the Maserati is now in the shop. Manuch, you ever have appendicitis attack?
No, I never have.
I didn't either.
I've had several friends, but you were telling me earlier your son
had one when he was in college, had to have it taken out.
And he was playing tennis at the time?
Yeah, he was on the tennis team. I think he was down for like 2 weeks before he could come back.
Okay, so about 2 weeks before he could actually go out and play in a competitive basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because we had our open all written out. And then after we got off the phone, I went, whoops.
Changes.
Let's redo this bad boy. Yeah, this is very, very unfortunate. As Coach Gannon said, diagnosed on Monday, had it on Monday night. So now you're pretty much – I assume he'll be out for at least 2 weeks. I'm just going to prognosticate.
I would think so, yeah.
This weekend versus the Niners and next weekend. And then after that, I'm sure he'll be okay because you can recover pretty quickly. But as far as competition – and having your gut ready to go in your core.
No, you don't want to get hit there.
You don't want to get hit there, that's for sure. So now you're left with Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Xavier Weaver as the receivers. Now, Trey McBride.
Scary.
Yeah, Trey McBride, he's your bell cow no matter what, right?
He is.
So when I say your top receiver, I mean your top receiver that can stretch the field receiver. Now, Weaver's got some good speed, but they've yet to really stretch the field with him. Michael Wilson's been more of a possession guy. Greg Dortch, more of a possession guy. They really haven't stretched the field with anybody but Marv Harrison Jr. Now, this is how everything kind of breaks down right now. So since then, they've signed wide receiver Andre Bocelli to the active roster from the practice squad. They've placed wide receivers Zay Jones and Simi Fehoko, both on the injured reserve. Fehoko hurt his wrist in the game. I missed that. But we saw what happened with Zay Jones with the Achilles heel popping. They re-signed cornerback Jaden Davis and signed wide receiver Jalen Virgil to the practice squad. So when you look at this Virgil, who's played in 16 games in his career with Buffalo, 2024, Denver 22-23. He's got 75 yards and 1 touchdown. He appeared in 7 games with the Bills last year and 9 games as a rookie with the Broncos. Now, he's 27 years old, played 61 games, Appalachian State, recording 98 receptions for about 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns. Okay, so you see Davis will wear number 37 as a corner, and Virgil will wear number 81. Anquan Bolden's old jersey, number 81. Right now, Jimmy B, get those guys up to speed, get those guys practicing. You got to imagine what the 49ers are thinking defensively when you see this kind of news is, you know that the guy you got to double cover pretty much is going to be McBride. You got to bracket him, put a safety on him.
That's it.
He's still going to get his catches. But as far as stretching the football down the field, the only guy I could see they got to rely on would be Weaver and or Wilson. Now, Wilson's got good speed, but he doesn't have the speed of Marv Jr.
He's not a burner.
He's not a burner. He's a possession guy, catches the ball, but they don't really have anybody to stretch the field versus this 49ers secondary. And the 49ers, folks, they're banged up too now. They're coming in, they're banged up. But as far as I know, all the receivers that they've had the last 3 weeks are still playing. George Kittle is back. Had 8 catches last week.
Had a good game last week. Yeah.
Had a very good game against the Rams, even though they lost. So if it wasn't for bad luck, the Cardinals wouldn't have any good luck at all as far as what's happened the last few weeks.
Manuch, I asked you this yesterday, and I'm going to ask it again today. Now with this news and more injuries that have hit the Arizona Cardinals. Does Jonathan Gannon, despite what has happened to this roster, if indeed they continue to lose the way that they are, does he get another year, or do they say, no, we've seen
Well,
enough?
let me throw it back at you.
Okay.
You said losing the way they are. When these guys are healthy, was he losing?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So I think you answered your own question. I think absolutely.
Okay.
The way they finished the season, injuries, everybody gets injured, Jimmy. In the National Football League, nobody wants to hear your sad story.
That's it.
And this is where a general manager like a Monty Ossenfort has to plug and play, like the guys I just mentioned that are going to come as a corner and as another receiver or 2 receivers to come on this football team and plug and play, and you should still win. You still have your offensive line is still intact. No injuries there, knock on wood. Jacoby Brissett, still your quarterback. You got Trey McBride. You've been banged up on the defensive side. It's pretty much, okay, you got to play at the hand you're dealt. So that adage of, hey, well, they're banged up. Everybody's banged up. Well, does he get a mulligan? No, it's about wins and losses. Now, if they can pull together, if Drew Petzing as the offensive coordinator can figure out some schemes, quick passing game, have a little bit of some screen game, have a little bit of running if you can, then they can get the ball down the field. So I think you can score against the Niners.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's fortunate they're playing the Niners this week, who come in banged up, but they'll be motivated to win after a big loss, a huge loss to the LA Rams.
The Suns are in action tonight. The Dallas Mavericks come calling. It appears Anthony Davis is questionable for the game, maybe a game-time decision. However, you do get a chance to take a look at Cooper Flagg, number 1 pick in the NBA draft. The boy's only 18 years old.
What do you have, 26 points?
25, yeah.
I watched him. They show the highlights, and I'm watching him. And, he reminds me of just he's an old soul, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he gets up and down the court, Jimmy, like, okay. Now, it took him a while. We saw him in Summer League, and we saw him a little bit early in the season. But he's moving. He just feels it. He's not bashful either.
No, he's not.
He'll take the shot.
Yeah.
But I think and then I looked at the rest of the roster for the Mavericks. I'm besides Clayton Thompson as a reserve now, and you see the rest of this starting rotation. Who? What? Cooper Flagg, I get that. I watch that kid. But he's special, but I don't know if they can hang throughout a game. Even though they took Milwaukee to the mat.
They did take him to the mat and lost in the last seconds.
But he's impressive as a rookie.
Yeah.
You kind of lose track that this kid's a young man with 19.
He's 18.
Coming out and performing the way he is. So I don't think this Suns team can take the Mavericks lightly. 6:30 tip tonight.
So it'll be a lot of fun. The college football playoff came out. There wasn't really anything that blew my socks off. There was just kind of a minor movements here and there, and that's
it. And we'll dive into this, but Texas Tech moved up to a couple spots at number 6.
Ole Miss, and they should have.
Ole Miss moved down 1, even though they won. Oregon moved up 1, now at 8. Notre Dame moved up 1. They're in the top 10. They're at 9. Texas is up 1 to number 10. Oklahoma 11, and BYU had moved down 5, but they're still number 12. So they're on the cusp right now.
Right.
Utah didn't change. They're at 13. Vanderbilt moved up after a nice victory to 14. Miami moved up 3 to 15. Georgia Tech to 16. USC moved up 2. Watch out for those Trojans, though I don't think they can get back in the top 12. They're at 17, followed by Michigan. Virginia, who moved down 5. You can't lose that game, Virginia. Moved down 5 to 19. Louisville 20, Iowa 21, Pittsburgh 22, Tennessee 23, and then South Florida and Cincinnati 24 and 25.
All right, South Florida is the team out of the AAC, and right now they would get the number 12 spot if indeed it was going to be played today. So there you go. All right, those are our headlines. We're going to dive into Maserati Marv and not having him on the field a lot in this show. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Guess where we are? We are on the ASU campus today at Venezia's Pizzeria, and we are coming right back with our replay rewind ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, streaming live on the Arizona Sports Apps.
Craving sushi with a twist? Welcome to Rock Lobster, Chandler's vibrant and trendy sushi destination, where energy meets elegance. From bold wok-fire dishes to creative handcrafted rolls and cocktails, every bite brings the flavor. Every visit brings the vibe. Join us for lunch, dinner, or happy hour Monday through Friday, or even a date night. Find us at Price and Queen Creek in Ocotillo. That's Rock Lobster, where sushi gets social.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better, it's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, Stretch Lab keeps you loose, strong, and ready for anything. Stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at stretchlab.com.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000. Mondays, Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Get hurt in the game? We tough it out. Feel exhausted? We push on. Feeling down? We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But there are times when bootstraps aren't enough. When stress gets to us and we need to talk to someone about what we're really going through. So we're going to reach out, because sometimes mental health is not a one-person job. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Now it's time for our replay rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out. Venezia's here on the campus of ASU. Manuch has already eaten 3 slices.
I wish. I got to tell you what, and remember on the Tuesday special, by the way, they just started this stamp thing. Every time you get an order, you get a stamp on your card.
Uh-huh.
So if you order the Tuesday special, I'm not quite sure if it's the Italian Stallion, you get 2 stamps.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you get 10, you get a free order. They started that last week. So I got to get a card, man, because I'm going to be stamp-a-thoning. But every Tuesday, just remember, if you order the Tuesday special, whatever that might be, you get 2 stamps versus 1.
Today's replay rewind presented by Lerner and Rowe. Interact need a check. Just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. And you get a free consultation as well. Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Let us begin with the replay rewind from the head coach, Jonathan Gannon, on Marvin Harrison Jr. and his surgery. Here it is.
Marvin, 2 nights ago, or 1 night, 2 nights ago, had surgery, appendicitis. So he's going to be out.
Very fortunate that didn't happen in Seattle. Like the night before on the road, that didn't had issues with that. Fortunate for him to get home, have the issues, be home, go in that night, and get that taken care of. Interesting to hear Jonathan Gannon. He's having a hard time going, what day is it today? It's Wednesday. When was that? So you can tell that they're focused and they're studying. He's losing track of days at this point. And just very unfortunate for him. But fortunately, he was home.
Yes.
Nothing burst like during the game.
Right.
Because that would have had to been done in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's continue then on what Gannon believes Marvin Harrison Jr. how much time he might miss.
Is Marv a 1 week thing, you think?
We'll see.
Connor, we didn't hear, was there an answer to that?
Oh, yeah, there sure was. I'll go ahead and play it again. That's how quick it was. No, it wasn't a how loud. I think you guys just missed it.
Okay, go ahead.
What did he say?
You put a plan together, you know?
It was pretty fast. Wow. Okay.
You know, I just hear a lot of frustration.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, just there's a lot of frustration there from that.
Yeah. Well, it was a gut punch. I mean, seriously, I'm not making fun of it here. When the
pardon the pun there, Jimmy B.
Yes, I know, but it certainly is. Gannon again this time with plans to try to figure out what in the wide world of sport they're going to do.
You see who's available and you put a plan together, you know? That's all I can really say, Josh, about that. Everybody goes through it.
When does that? Because you said like you have A, B, C, D heading to the season. When does that change?
A, B, C, and D changes weekly. You know.
And it does. And I mentioned that earlier, Jimmy, in the open. I said you just plug and play.
Yeah.
And you hope that the guys you sign, hope you guys have as backup roles, are able to pick things up. And we talked about Buccelli, and you talked about Davis and guys coming in to be able to pick it up. And they're pros. I mean, they can all run routes. Mm-hmm. They can all catch. You can learn the system quickly. And that's the challenge for Drew Petzing as the offensive coordinator, is to basically say, hey, look, what do I have? What don't I have? What have we had success with against this defense? What we not had success? So he'll go back and look at when Marv was playing, and Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch and Trey McBride, and you had DeMarcado and Bam Knight coming out of the backfield, as well as Elijah Higgins. Okay, we've got enough here to move the football. Our offensive line is still healthy. As far as I'm concerned, there's only a couple guys questionable. We can block. He can design schemes to get the ball out there for guys who are pros. I mean, these guys, they catch the ball, hopefully. But the one thing I look at is if they're going to do that, they've got to get the ball at the receivers more so. Out of 22 receptions last week, only 7 were to the receivers. Michael Wilson had 4, and Marv Harrison had 3. The rest were Trey McBride with 9.
Yeah.
And then your receivers, then your running backs, that was it. Your 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, then 7 to your receiving core.
That's terrible.
That's horrible. When I look at, let's go over to Seattle.
Okay.
Their receiving core, out of the 10 receptions, so there's 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 10, Walker caught 1 pass, were to their receivers. And
but you have to remember, he really didn't have to throw the ball very much.
He did. Now they don't have a all-pro tight end like Trey McBride.
No.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I think the challenge for Jacoby Brissett and Drew Petzing as offensive coordinator, run your game plan, make sure the guys understand each one. The other thing, too, is when you're like Weaver coming in, he knows the game, he knows the scheme.
Right.
Is looking at the adjustments that you're going to have to make on the fly. But I will say this, when you look at most of the judgments with Virgil coming in, he just has to understand when they blitz or have a package or have you get this check or whatever that is, or audible, Do you understand what that is? And they'll make sure, and I'm sure he'll have questions in the huddle for Jacoby Brissett if he plays. Okay, what do I have on this? What's the adjustment? Those kind of little things. But they have to adjust on the fly. Mm-hmm. Now, all the other receivers have a pretty good idea what those adjustments are, or they do have a good idea. So I don't think they'll miss as far as that's concerned.
All right, here's Gannon then talking a little bit about guys getting that chance.
I think guys have done a good job when they went in. I really do. We got to make sure. And then, as you keep playing more and more and more, you need to get better and make less mistakes and get better and improve. That's why I always say, the best form of learning comes from game reps. Well, a lot of guys are getting game reps right now, so let's see you improve.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
He took a shot across the bow.
He did.
Of that receiver room, that defensive back room, that entire team. You get all those reps, you should be improving. Did he not say you should be improving? Or I expect you. I heard him say, I expect improvement. You're getting all these game reps. So if these guys are coming in, getting a lot of reps at running back, Trey McBride he's one of the best in the league, if not the best. He's going to be going against the other guy, Manu and George Kittle and him, both of them. But, I mean, if you're this receiving core, with Zay Jones out, Bocelli has a chance to step up, and Michael Wilson, he expects you to take your game to the next level about what he just said. You've gotten enough reps. You should be improving. We shouldn't have to take 2 steps back just because you're now starting and you're not getting enough playing time. And what he just said there spoke volumes. He just kind of said in a very subtle way, you've had enough reps. We expect to see improvement. There should be no excuses moving forward with our passing game.
It's interesting because these teams, both as my esteemed colleague referenced, they are both really beat up. But the difference in this game is the Cardinals do not have Christian McCaffrey. That is the difference. Nobody has Christian McCaffrey.
He can tend to be a common denominator.
Yeah.
And the way they're using McCaffrey, he'll touch the ball at least 25 to 30 times.
Yes.
He had 25 rushes 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And he's holding up. For Niner fans, they're probably knocking on wood. Manuch, you just jinxed us. So be it. But, I mean, he's been durable.
Yeah.
He's had the stamina. Now that you have George Kittle, and Mac Jones would have 3 touchdown passes, threw for close to 400 yards. I mean, they have an offense that can explode. And, when Ayuk ever comes back, that could be another 2 or 3 weeks, whenever that is, just in time for the playoffs, if they make the playoffs. But those are some of the things that Kyle Shanahan expects his guys to be ready to go. And I think you heard it without him saying it, that being Jonathan Gannon in that last soundbite. I expect guys to perform.
All right, last sound clip from the head football coach, Jonathan Gannon. This one on tight end, Trey McBride.
He can do it all. He's got really good instincts, too. How to get open, versus zone, how to get open versus man, the different leverages that he gets in man, how to win those downs. And I always said about Trey, he's a first, second, third level guy. And he's got really good ball skills, and he's got really good rack. He's tough to tackle. So obviously one of our premier weapons.
He will be the premier weapon for the Arizona Cardinals. So I can assure you, you'll get a bracket. You'll probably get an outside linebacker or a strong safety on him or somebody over the top. And you'll probably see a lot of blitz packages or stunt packages with the linebackers. Mm-hmm. And they go man-to-man with the receivers. Now, you got to remember, they've got a young defensive core, a young secondary in San Francisco. So if you're an experienced veteran like a Virgil or Michael Wilson or Greg Dortch, you could take advantage of that.
Right.
So I think there's some shots to be had with Jacoby Brissett to try to get the ball down the field. And the one guy I'd like to see to take the shot who's got the speed is Weaver. He can get it. He can get down the field. He's like a 4-3, 4-4 guy. Just a matter of him getting off a press and getting down the field.
All right, there it is. That is our replay rewind here today from Venencia's. So while we were in break, Manuch got my attention, and he says, Jimmy, breaking news. And I looked at him, and he said, Bradley Beal is out for the year with the L.A. Clippers. He had hip surgery. had hip surgery. Unbelievable, Bradley Beal. Why am I bringing that up? Because we're talking Phoenix Suns in our next segment. Kempton is going to be our guest. Now, we've got an ESPN 620 Sports Center update, and here's Matt.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The Suns look to stay hot tonight as they go for their fourth straight win, hitting the road to take on the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. Tip-off is set for 6:30 with pregame coverage starting at 5:30 on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Over in the NFL, the Cardinals will be without wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. this Sunday against the 49ers after he underwent appendicitis surgery on Monday. Arizona will look to Trey McBride along with Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch to help fill the void in his absence. Attention Sun Devil fans, Venezia's Pizzeria is now the official pizza partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Grab your giant slice of pepperoni or cheese at every ASU home game. Proudly serving fans and fueling the Devils all season long. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition and a Sun Devil favorite. Visit Venezias.com today. Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton, next.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky six-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Rose is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Friends and family are often the first to notice when a veteran needs help. In those moments, life can feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. Or like they are caught in a storm they can't escape. And the metaphors veterans often use for the challenges of life are not exaggerations. Extending a helping hand doesn't have to be just another metaphor. Learn how you could support the veteran in your life at MakeTheConnection.net.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Dunn dribbling top of the key, swings to Allen. He wants another three. That one's short. Rebound Oso, back out to Allen. He's going to tee up another one, and that's good. 10th three of the night for Grayson Allen. He's got his own new career high. 38 points, 2 off his career best in that category.
listen, when you get out of your car tonight in the parking lot, just start jacking up threes, okay? Because you're probably going to have another huge night against the Dallas Mavericks. Thank you to 98.7 Arizona Sports for that highlight. Welcome back, everybody. We are hanging out today. Venezia's on the campus at ASU. We will be here until 4 o'clock. So it is now the Suns in action at home tonight, matched up against the Dallas.
On the road tonight.
I'm sorry, on the road tonight in Dallas. Thank you, Manuch. In Dallas, and they are playing the Mavericks, who are a team that is beat up and banged up. Anthony Davis most likely will not play. He is listed as questionable for tonight's game. But you will get a chance to see the number 1 pick in the NBA draft tonight for the Mavericks, and that's Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, you've watched him a little bit, Jimmy. I've watched him as a fan get up and down the court. The kid is, he's a natural.
He is.
He's got natural instincts.
Very skilled.
A lot of savvy for the game of basketball. You always talk about basketball IQ.
Yep.
I think he really learned at a very young age. They lost by 2. Matter of fact, the Bucks had to come back and beat them 116 to 114. But you watch this kid. As far as getting up and down the court, the amount of minutes that he had. We played 35 minutes. Kid's young.
He's 18.
He's 18 years old. Gets
Run
up
all
down,
day, all night.
26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. I think that's a pretty good line, if you ask me, for a rookie.
What was that last thing that you just said? 1 turnover.
1 turnover.
He's 18, Manuch.
Yeah, and I think we saw how well he handled the ball in college.
Yeah.
He's really skilled. I like that fire in his belly in college. I think we're going to see more and more of that as he fills out these big guys that he plays against night in and night out in the National Basketball Association. Obviously, he will get bigger and bigger and stronger because the NBA big boys down low, they don't move much. And them forearm shivers, it's like you got a 90-pound arm swinging in your way.
They hurt.
But the way he moves and the way he handles himself, he's like a 10-year vet as far as the guy out there. As far as his presence on the court, he doesn't shoot the ball like a Larry Bird. But I remember when Larry Bird came in as a rookie, he was very mature.
Oh, yes.
But he played, 4 years in college?
He did.
He had that maturity of a guy. But you see this in this Cooper Flagg kid, and you see his numbers the last couple of games. If you haven't been following him, folks, take a look at him, and you can Google him, go to YouTube, and take a look at how well he's performing.
Yeah.
In 8 games this year that they've had? 9 games.
He's playing very well.
Yeah.
So the other day, I was talking with Manuch, and I made this stupid joke, and he said it was stupid. Of course, all my jokes are. But
we second that motion, by the way.
I know that. I referenced the fact I sure hope Jalen Green doesn't turn into Bradley Beal with all the injuries. So what did we find out about 5 minutes ago? Bradley Beal is out for the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have hip surgery. Jalen Green is out with that hamstring issue 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I guess what they're reporting is that Bradley Beal fractured his hip.
Yeah.
I don't know where, but he's going to have the surgery. He's out for the year. Jalen Green, 4 to 6 weeks. I'm like, hey, take as long as you need to. If it's six weeks, then bring him back, work him in the lineup. At that point, he'll be full go.
All right, let me ask you this, because he pulled the hamstring again. He had missed pretty much all of the preseason and a lot of training camp, worked hard to get himself back in.
And he was fine.
And he was fine the first game. Then the next game, he injures it again. Do you think they brought him back too soon?
No, I think because what they do, the Suns do, is that they practice these guys hard.
Oh, they do, yeah.
And so if he can handle the practice, it's always the second day. How was the second day? So 2 days before he played, they had a 5-on-5 scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
He got up and down the court very good. They put him through all the paces, all the movements. I think what it was is that he was ready to go. I don't think the stamina was quite there. And for trainers and coaches, all you can base a guy if he's healthy, how's he look in practice? We'll put him through the paces. They even put him through the paces before the game, Jimmy, and he was fine.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He stretched. He was good to go. But the movements in basketball I had a trainer tell me this. He said the movements in basketball are so much quicker, harder, faster than football or baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And there might have still been an inkling of tweakage in that hamstring, that whatever movement he made Maybe he didn't have that movement in the scrimmage.
Okay.
Maybe there wasn't a movement like that in the warm-ups. Because when you saw him, he was underneath the basket.
Right.
He was going toward the ball. It was like a sudden burst.
Yeah.
Next he grabbed the back of his hamstring. So maybe that sudden burst is something the trainer will go, okay, let's watch this. Where did it happen? And they'll ask Jalen Green, Jalen, was this the only time you felt any kind of tweakage? And he's probably said, yeah. So they'll examine the tape. They'll look at it, and they'll look at that movement to see, well, why did that cause more of a major strain than he had initially? They don't miss a beat, but they're not going to put anybody out there unless they feel they can go 100%. Their stamina might not be there, but he played 35 minutes.
He did, yeah.
He played long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, I don't know, maybe it was the movement. I've had trainers said sometimes you can have a guy 100%, and this one movement could blow it all up again.
Right.
So let's just hope it's a strain, it's not a tear.
That's the key, right?
That's the key. Now, they've also told me tears are different degrees of strain. Now, if he would have tore that thing off the bone, he's out for
long time.
6 months.
Yes.
And that's happened with football players, basketball, hockey, whatever. If you tear your hamstring off the bone, that's a major injury, and you're down 6 to 8 months just to restore. You got to staple it, pin it, whatever. But I think for him and the Suns team, just err on the side of caution.
Mm-hmm.
Keep him there on the sideline as long as you need to before he can come in and last more than 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, so on the road tonight, what do you expect to see? Do you expect to see a Suns team that we have seen the last few games play with the intensity and with the effort over those victories? Or do you believe that Dallas will find a way to make it unsettling for the Suns on the road?
Well, and as I want to correct myself, they played 11 games that being Dallas. They're 3-8. I think that if you have a team that's struggling a little bit going on the road after their general manager got booed out of the stadium and now they have a new GM, that can be somewhat unsettling in that locker room.
Okay.
Not that your GM or a coach gets hurt, more so than if a coach gets fired.
Yeah.
General manager, anytime something happens early in the year, GM, coach, player gets cut, it can be unsettling in that locker room, but you got to kind of shake it off. So to answer your question, Jimmy, I think they'll come out, the Suns, run their motion offense, get back on defense, and like they did the other night against New Orleans, get off to a quick start, win that first quarter, and pretty much go ahead and set the tone when you're on the road. I think that's the thing that they have done and they will do with a 6-5 record and winning 5 out of the last 6 games.
And if they catch a break with no Anthony Davis on the court, that changes the entire dynamic, of course, of the Dallas Mavericks as well. Once again, Davis listed as questionable.
The other thing, too, is we're seeing a very good pattern of 4 or all 5 of your starters in double figures.
Correct.
And when I see that, not that you follow the stats during the game, a lot of guys do, is I think the biggest thing that's created that is the ball movement. Everybody seems like they're touching the ball. Guys are unselfish, and they're finding the open man. And when you look at their three-point shooting the other night, I think they're at 42%. Hell, you looked at Grayson Allen himself, 10 out of 15.
Right.
But I think if there's one noticeable thing, it's just the ball movement and getting back on D. And Jimmy, they only had 12. Let me just double check myself. 12 turnovers. Is that correct? Yeah, that
makes a big difference.
Let me correct myself. Yeah, they ended up 18 turnovers and 12 the night before against the Clippers.
Okay.
On Saturday. That's the one I was looking at. But 18, and the conversion off the turnovers, when you're shooting the ball like you are and playing a team like New Orleans, you can overcome that. But a lot of good teams, if you're getting 25 to 30 points off of turnovers, that being the opponent, that's hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
So just when they get the Clippers on Saturday night, only 12 turnovers, 18, got a little sloppy there with the garbage time.
Well, that's true.
With a lot of guys coming off the bench.
You would expect that to happen.
Because they played everybody.
They did.
In that New Orleans game.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, I don't know, I see 18 turnovers out of the 8
probably
rotation.
6 were
probably from the
garbage time.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, I can handle that. So this evening with that matchup, the things that I'm going to look at closely, Manuch, I want to see if indeed Williams can dominate down low in the paint area because Dallas does have a legit 7-foot center in Derek Lively. And if Anthony Davis does play, then I want to see that particular matchup. But right now, Davis listed as questionable, probably will not see the court. Now, if indeed Grayson Allen starts to pick up where he left off, I want to see now who's going to guard Grayson Allen for Dallas. Are you going to switch maybe Cooper Flagg onto Grayson Allen? I can see that taking place. Flagg's legit 6'8" and can move. We've talked about his ability and how smart he is as a basketball player. Those are just some of the stories within the story of the game that I'm going to watch.
Yeah, and again, they do take care of the ball. They've only averaged like 12 turnovers per game. The Suns lapped them in turnovers on average. They only had 14. But the one thing that if you're going to get all over them, they were like, I think 9 for 39 in their three-point shooting. Not adept that way. But I'm like you. I would rather see the Suns jump on this team.
Yep.
Business trip. Take care of business because you got to come back tomorrow night and take on the Pacers.
Yes.
Down at the CMC.
All right, that'll do it. The Suns coming with the Mavericks, and that is a tip around 6:30 tonight. All right, so we want to remind you, this particular segment presented by G2G Protein Bars, and you can find them in the refrigerated section at Costco and online at G2GBar.com. Again, that's G2GBar.com. Grab-and-go goodness since 2010. And, of course, they are on sale right now at Costco. And once again, that is G2G Protein Bars. You can find them online, G2GBar.com. We're hanging out at Venezia's. We will be here until 4 o'clock today. Manuch, they just called your name. They just ordered up your pizza. It's on the way. When we come back, after Manuch has stuffed himself, we do a little on this day and some football at 50. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner & Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the new Bushnell Wingman HD speaker. This revolutionary speaker has a built-in 3.5-inch touchscreen with front, center, and back distances, now $199. Don't forget we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in-store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levin throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the West in LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
Remember, always be generous with the nutmeg. Just eyeball it.
Okay.
Mom's wisdom has served you well, but now it may be your turn to guide her.
Hey, I'm worried about Mom. She keeps forgetting her famous sweet potato pie recipe.
Some things come with age, sis.
And some don't.
Knowing the early signs of Alzheimer's in a loved one will help you make the best decisions for your family. Visit 10signs.org to learn the signs. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
With Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota On This Day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
So Manuch knows this is one of my favorite segments that we do because when he takes us back in time, a lot of the times I've seen it, which makes it even more fun.
Well, you didn't see this one. At least we hope not. 1892, Jimmy B.
No.
Yeah,
I missed it.
The first documented professional football player, the guy's name was Pudge Heffelfinger. Yeah, Pudge Heffelfinger was paid $500 by the Allegheny Athletic Association to play against the Pittsburgh Athletic Club, making him the first known professional American football player.
Wow.
He even scored a touchdown on a fumble return. Yeah, I think the Seattle Seahawks would love to have him right now.
What's his name again?
His name was Pudge
Heffelfinger.
Pudge Heffelfinger. Some of the names back in the day. Well, how about this one? 1920, baseball's first commissioner was elected. Kennesaw Mountain Landis was unanimously elected the first commissioner of baseball, covering both the American and National Leagues on this date. His appointment marked a major shift in how baseball was governed and how player/owner relations were managed. Go way back to 1920. So that's a little bit of on this day.
I always like doing that.
So what did they do between 1892
they just
or
showed
1875 and 1920?
They just showed up. And they rode trains and played games like that. That was it.
The barnstormers that was Major League Baseball.
To be honest with you, Manuch, I'm sure it was a great time.
Oh, can you imagine? Well, that's
the fun that they had.
I imagine when the Black Sox thing kind of got going.
Yeah.
They said, you know what? We need to have guardrails. We need to make sure we know what's going on. That is basically our on this day, Jimmy.
All right, let's don't waste any time because there is big news in football, and it concerns the Arizona Cardinals. Let's do some football at 50.
Give me that nice music you got back there, Connor. All right, Marv Jr. out.
Yeah.
Had an appendectomy on Monday night. The appendicitis acted up, so he was out this weekend. I would say at least 2 weeks. That's not confirmed yet. So what you're left with, Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Xavier Weaver. So those are the guys. Now, the other additions that were added was signed wide receiver Andre Buccelli to the active roster for the practice squad.
Is that the opera singer?
No, it's not.
Oh, I
Quite
thought
not.
it was, yeah.
And then also a couple of other sides. Jalen Virgil was signed to the practice squad, and they re-signed also cornerback Jaden Davis and Jalen Virgil to the practice squad. So both those guys have gone to the practice squad. And right now you look at Virgil, give you a little background on this young man.
Okay.
Played 16 games in his career at Buffalo, Denver, and has 2 receptions for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. He appeared in 7 games last year with the Bills and in 9 games as a rookie with the Broncos going back to 2022 after signing with the Broncos as an undrafted free agent from Appalachian State. Now, he's 27 years old. Played 61 games at Appalachian State. So he probably played all 4 years.
Manuch, you have so much information on this kid. You know his mom's name, too?
Not yet.
Okay.
We got his third cousin down here, too. And he caught the ball quite a bit at Appalachian State. So he'll wear number 81.
Okay.
And then it looks like Davis wore number 37.
Wait a minute. Didn't the famous wide receiver wear 81?
Anquan Bolden.
That's what I thought.
Why isn't Anquan Bolden's number retired?
Exactly.
Is he not on the Cardinals Wall of Fame yet?
Should be.
He definitely should be. So that pretty much sums up where the Cardinals are out right now. There's really no timetable. I'd suffice to say, Jimmy B, that it's going to probably be within 2 weeks, maybe 3, that you see Marv Jr. coming back.
All right. Members of the Coach Blue Ribbon Committee have made their selections for candidates to be inducted into Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, one of them is a guy that you know extremely well, and that is your former head coach, Chuck Knox.
That's right. They started at 12. The Blue Ribbon Committee is what they're called. started at 12. They're down to 9.
Right.
And the list includes Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin, Mike Holmgren, my former coach, as you mentioned, Chuck Knox, Buddy Parker, Dan Reeves, Marty Schottenheimer, George Seifert, and Mike Shanahan. Now, Coughlin, Holmgren, Knox, Reeves, Schottenheimer, Seifert, Shanahan all reached this point in the selection process last year, with Holmgren ultimately chosen as the finalist for class of 2025. So you look at that class. By the way, let me finish up here. He'd also been a finalist with the Centennial class of 2020. Parker was a finalist for the Centennial class of 2020 again in 2024. Reeves in 2020. Don't know what that means. It means that they're pretty close to getting in the Hall of Fame. So I look at this list right now. I think Belichick pretty much slam dunk.
Yes.
Boy, Schottenheimer, you think? Mike Shanahan, I would say. Coach Knox never got to a Super Bowl.
What about
close.
George Seifert? He was the father of the quick pass out of the backfield. And how many Super Bowls did he win?
No, he was a defensive guy. You're thinking of Mariucci.
No, George Seifert. Wasn't he the head coach of the 49ers?
He was, but he wasn't. No, but his offensive coordinator was Mariucci that created it.
Okay.
And the West Coast offense was created by, you're going way back to Bill Walsh. So Bill Walsh. So he when he
took over for Bill Walsh.
So his offensive coordinator came in was Mariucci.
Okay, and he did win the Super Bowl.
He did. So that's a tough.
Yeah.
That's tough sledding as far as that's concerned for those individuals. Is it Jair Alexander? How do you say it?
Yeah,
Jair.
Yeah.
He's going to step away from the Philadelphia Eagles as he was traded from the Baltimore Ravens. They received him, stepping away to focus on his physical and mental well-being. And this is interesting, and I think this will probably come to light. If anybody is struggling mentally and just needs a timeout, I think on the heels of the death of Marshawn Nealon last week's suicide,
right,
you might see more of this. And I think a lot of trainers, a lot of mental health therapists that are part of these pro sports teams will say, if you have any issues or concerns or something bothering you, let us know. If you need to take a week, 2 weeks, or step away. Because there was a couple guys earlier in the year, I forget the lineman for the Eagles, he stepped away for like a week and came back the following week. He just needed to get home, handle some personal issues, whatever those issues were, because they really don't tell you. But in this case, he's made it public. Alexander said he needed to step away to focus on his physical mental issues. He came clean because there's hip issues, especially in college.
Right.
They can't really tell you what the issues are if somebody steps away.
I just remember how sad it was when Junior Seau died, and he should have stepped away, and he didn't. And then after he finally retired, his issues got worse and worse and worse. So, look, I totally agree with what you just stated. If you think you need help, please go get help.
Yeah, and it's not worth it. It's just a game.
No, yeah.
I know it's your living, but your health, your mental health is more important. And you think of, and I'd mentioned this a little bit earlier to you, Jim, before the show. I think that the CTE that we're finding with a lot of athletes, hockey players, soccer players, football players,
right?
I think that you don't have to be retired or 55, 60, 65, or 45 in the age of Junior Seau. I think he was in his 40s.
He was.
To see that you've got CTE. So if guys are hitting from 8 years old until they retire at 30, 32, or maybe they're still playing. So maybe at 28 or 30 years old, you're having some issues, some cognitive issues, remembering, or things are bothering you, or you're getting really anxious. There's signs of CTE that we're aware of. And if guys feel this, or they read this, or they've had 3 or 4 concussions over a 2-year period, and they're having a hard time recovering from their baseline testing,
sure,
I would say time out.
Yeah.
Let's evaluate even more so. Let's put you where you're at. And if you need some time to, pardon the pun, clear your head, let's do it. And so I think that with Nealon passing away last week has brought light to, I hope that men, women, athletes, whoever, whatever sport, take the time out.
I agree.
Go get yourself mentally healthy.
One of the things that I find really disturbing is that how many players in just the last few years have struggled with that, Manuch. So my question to you
Well,
then
over
is,
the years,
being a former player,
catches up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got to remember, a lot of the new hitting rules have been in place maybe the last, 5 years?
Yes.
So the standard way of a lot of guys having their helmet down, leading with the head versus their shoulder pad.
Yep.
So look at the residue of the last 50 years. And I hopefully, we're taking the helmet out of the game. We won't see this 30 or 40 years from now, the CTE that we're seeing now.
All right, Football at 50, presented by our great partnership with Twin Peaks. Start your football tailgate early. Manuch, where are we going to be tomorrow?
We'll be at the Tempe Twin Peaks mañana.
Looking forward to that. Don't forget, they have a great happy hour from 3 to 6. And there's Thursday night football, the Jets at the Patriots. Pint specials at all 5 locations. It is indeed Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and scenic views. Hour number 2, everybody, is coming up. We will have our campus quickies, ASU, U of A, and NAU. We're broadcasting live today from Venezia's Pizzeria here on the campus of ASU. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison. And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that. We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venezia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venezia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venezia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venezias.com.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Brissett takes the snap, play action pass once again. Brissett going deep middle, caught by Wilson at the 50. He's loose far side of the 40, at the 30, hand fighting with a defender and shoved out of bounds at the 25. It's a gain of about 50. Jacoby Brissett on time and on target once again.
Well, you're going to hear a lot of that this coming weekend. Thank you to Arizona Sports for the Wilson catch and highlight. The breaking news, of course, comes this morning, and we have dove into it at the beginning of the show, and we are going to jump into it again. Whoop, there we go. So, and we will do it again just because it is big news, and that, of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. Is out with appendectomy. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're hanging out today here at Venezia's Pizzeria on the campus of ASU. But we are always presented by Biggs American Bar and Grill. We are there on Mondays at Biggs in Peoria, 1 to 4 with the show. Monday Night Football. At halftime, you have a chance to roll for dough for $10,000. It'll be the Cowboys at the Raiders. That's it. Cowboys, Raiders, this coming Monday night. We will see you in Peoria at Biggs. Manuch, this is one of your favorite places to just park your buns and sit and have pizza.
It's the newest Valley location, 7 Valley locations from Venezia's Pizzeria. This is the Presto Pizzeria, Venezia's, because they've got on the ASU campus. And the Wednesday special, 24 1-inch topping party pizza for like $28.98. It's a savings, folks, of $5 per pizza. And also, they have a new menu alert. You sitting over there, Jimmy?
I am.
They have the best fried pickles in the land. You can also try their pickle pizza, soon becoming a cult favorite. Now, what is that? Creamy garlic cucumber sauce topped with our 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese. Now, that's an Italian right there. Authentic New York kosher dill pickle slices, finished with fresh dill, newly added vegan dilly pizza as well, too. Get the same great test with the signature plant-based seasoned cheese and olive oil. And don't forget, that's right, they got dessert here. And for Manuch, that's near and dear to my heart.
It is.
They have the freshly baked, chewy, soft, and buttery chocolate chunk or white chocolate macadamia nut cookies for like $2.99. Don't forget the Italian stallion.
Why do you bring that up?
It's the slice that they named after Roc and Manuch.
Yeah.
That they have. It's filling. It's vivacious. It's spicy. It is good at all the Venezia's Pizzeria. Oh, by the way,
there's more?
Yeah. On that Tuesday special,
hurry up.
You get a double stamp. You get a stamp for every time. You get a card. If you get 10 stamps, you stamp it, you get 10,
okay,
you get a free meal.
Okay.
But Tuesday,
yeah,
it's a double stamp.
What?
Yeah, if you get the special, you get 2 stamps on that card at all the Venezia's Pizzeria.
Matt, did you understand everything that he was talking about there?
He did.
I'm all stamped out. That's where I am right now. The Cardinals with some gut-punching news, so to speak, today, and that is Marvin Harrison Jr. Out after having an emergency appendectomy. That's hard to say sometimes, but we did get it out. Manuch, this is going to be problematic for this team when you have your favorite wide receiving star wide receiver now out, not only for this week, but depending on the surgery, he might miss next week as well.
I would not call him a star wide receiver.
Not yet?
No.
Okay.
No,
he's the star wide receiver on this team.
He's
on this team.
He's not even, Trey McBride's a star
No, he's
receiver.
a tight end.
I know
there's
that.
a difference.
Well, when we talk tight ends, receivers, it's all one and the same for our vernacular. The number one,
not for me.
Let me tell you. Well, for the guys that played the game, Bob, you're a broadcast. That helps you differentiate tight ends.
Exactly, wide receiver. That's right. Correct.
So I would say the number one receiver on this team, tight end, receiver, whatever you want to call him, is Trey McBride. Now, here's the thing. And the durability factor is very good with him. He hasn't missed a game. 34 catches this year, 525 yards, 4 touchdowns. We're starting to see him take those strides, right? Now, he only had 3 catches last week for 33 yards out of the 12 targets. I also thought with the 1 touchdown catch he had, he could have had another one in the end zone. The ball was a little bit low and inside. It hit his hands, and then the defender broke it up. So here's kind of the latest MASH unit for the receiving core that is the Arizona Cardinals
Do
team.
I need to brace myself here?
No, I think you kind of have an idea. I think Zay Jones with the Achilles. We saw that.
Yep.
Simi Fehoko, the arm, and he's headed to the IR as well, too.
Right.
Now, I missed that. I never saw him get.
I didn't either, but obviously it happened.
So you got Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Xavier Weaver as remaining active receivers. Practice squad options include Jalen Brooks, Andre Bocelli, and Tejan Palmer. Now, they signed Bocelli from the inactive roster to the active roster.
Every time you say his name, I think somebody should
Bocelli.
say Ave Maria is what I think.
I find Paisano.
Yes, you go.
Now, here's the other side of that. So, on the defensive side, here's part of the injuries that are just hammering this Arizona Cardinals team. Mack Wilson Sr. will miss his 2nd straight game with the rib injury, while edge rusher Baron Browning is now in concussion protocol. And adding more to that as a team already from the consistency, there's going to be some of the other guys that are out. So I pull up the Arizona Cardinals. You look at their depth chart, right?
Right.
So going into this weekend's game, Bam Knight, questionable. Marvin Harrison, we mentioned, he's out. So you talked about Wilson, Dortch, McBride, and then from there, Andre Bocelli. Even Xavier Weaver, he's questionable.
Wow.
I talked about Fehoko, he's out. And then you go down, the only offensive lineman, fortunately, is Jonah Williams, but he's questionable. So I got to imagine Bam Knight's going to play, Harrison's out, and Jonah Williams going to play. So the offensive line from that standpoint, they're pretty solidified. No injuries there.
It's the same guys.
It's pretty much the same guys, which is a benefit.
Well, no, they got lit up by Seattle's defense.
No, I know that. We know that, Jimmy. I'm just saying, but at least
I know they're there.
The continuity is that these guys are all still playing together, and maybe they improve one way or the other because you're not going to quite have the rush that you had with Seattle.
I agree with that.
So on the defensive side, Darius Robinson got hurt last week, questionable. Mack Wilson Sr., as I mentioned, he's out. Will Johnson is questionable, and Max Melton questionable. So the cornerback situation is an issue. Now, Denzel Burke has played a lot. He's played more as a nickel back, and at times I think he's played pretty well at times for a rookie. Crawford will be available. The other guy that's as Demerson is questionable. As I mentioned, Browning, he's questionable. Nolan III, he's not out. He's still questionable.
Okay.
So as I go through the rest of them, everybody else, the Colliers, the Jones, the Russells, are on the IR. Ojulari, we haven't seen all year.
Haven't seen him at all.
He's still out.
Yep.
Murphy Bunning's going to be out the rest of the year.
Right.
So offensive-wise, you've only got 2 guys questionable, 1 guy out. Fairly healthy on the offensive side.
Okay.
The defensive side, they are banged up depending on who comes in the game and backs them up.
So with what we have seen out of the 49ers, let's put the Rams game out of the picture because the Rams dominated them because the Rams are really good. And so is Seattle. They're the 2 best teams in the NFC West. But we have seen Mac Jones, Christian McCaffrey. Now that George Kittle is back, we have seen the 49ers move the ball consistently and have success.
Yeah, they really have. And I looked at their depth chart as far as who's questionable, who's not. The only guys on offense that are questionable, not out, or IR, are Brock Purdy.
Okay.
And he may be a game-time decision, or they might just say, we'll have you back up. Whatever they do, we don't know yet. And then Ricky Pearsall is questionable. Those are the only 2. I go 2 deep. That's pretty much it. McCaffrey's healthy. Jennings is playing.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne, but what a great pickup he was.
He was.
Kendrick Bourne, Kittle, as you mentioned, Ustek, their entire offensive line, good to go.
Okay.
So they're getting healthier.
They're better physically than the Cardinals.
Yes, they are. And the only one on defense is Collins is questionable. That's the only other guy. And we know Fred Warner's on IR.
Yeah.
Trey Tomlinson's on IR. and Bosa on IR. So those are the only ones. So really, they've only got, I guess, just really 3 guys. And whether Brock plays or not, in the backup role, you have Adrian Martinez. So they're fairly healthy. Now, I don't know when Ayuk is coming back. He can come back, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They were saying that he should be available, And we'll catch up with Greg Papa, the radio play-by-play voice who's on hiatus, dealing with cancer, on Friday at 3:30.
Okay.
So for all you 49er fans, Friday at 3:30, we'll catch up with Greg Papa. He'll be able, I think, to give us a better indication of when Ayuk's coming back, and maybe an update, maybe not, with Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall.
It's I feel bad for your boy. I know how close you have been with Brock Purdy, and to have this happen, especially Manuch, after he signed that new contract.
The irony of it all, right?
Never fails.
But Brock's one of those individuals. Remember when he took that team his rookie year? He came in for Jimmy G.
Yep.
Takes him to Philadelphia. Like the second throw, his arm gets hit, and he gets a UCL injury, recovers, comes back. He handles adversity so well. He's focused. He's big in his faith. He understands that, hey, this is going to happen.
Right.
I deal with it. I move forward. This one here, yeah, he's bummed, but he understands for the greater good of the team, he doesn't want to put them in a situation where he's not performing at 100%. So, fortunately, like the Cardinals, I really felt that Kyle Shanahan and you think of what this organization did, they went out and got Mac Jones as a backup quarterback. And they liked him several years. Was it 3 years ago?
3 years ago before he came out.
Yeah, they really liked him a lot. So when they got him, they realized if Brock were to ever go down, they felt very comfortable. Mac Jones also had a very good preseason. He got there early. He picked up the system pretty quickly. He's very sound mechanically. Doesn't move like Brock.
Right.
Doesn't make quite the quicker reads that Brock does. Brock understands the offense inside and out. But Mac Jones is getting better at it. So what a great pickup. And it's like Jacoby Brissett. Going after Jacoby Brissett, Monty Ossenford saying, look, if Kyler goes down, and if we play as good as what we have on paper, we've got a guy that can pick up the slack or maybe even improve on that slack. So for both organizations to have that backup quarterback, they hit.
In your estimation, I know we're tight on time here. In your estimation, are teams going to call the 49ers, who are in need of a starting quarterback, and ask them about Mac Jones?
You know what? They probably will after the season.
Yes.
Because, and I don't know what his contract is. I don't know if he signed a 2-year, 3-year, but if Brock comes back completely healthy, then again, that might be very tempting for John Lynch as a general manager. But guess what? If Brock goes down again, who do they got to fill it in with? Mac Jones. So I would say they might up his contract in order to keep him. But I think that's a good point, Jim. I think a lot of teams will go, hey, look, we'll give you a number 1 or number 3 for Mac Jones. How do you turn that down? But then again, if this team wants to win, get back to the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl, you need a solid backup, and Mac Jones has proven that.
All right, everybody, we're going to switch gears and go to the Suns. They will be in action tonight on the road in Dallas against the Mavericks. That conversation is coming up shortly. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here, ESPN 620. 98.7 FM HD3, streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. We're hanging out today at Venezia's on Arizona State's campus. At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better. It's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, Stretch Lab keeps you loose, strong, and ready for anything. Stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at StretchLab.com.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
If you're running late to work, speeding may seem like the faster option, but it can actually slow you down. Speeding puts you, your loved ones, and everyone else on the road at risk. It's a dangerous habit that can lead to crashes, fines, and even fatalities. Remember, speeding makes it harder to stop quickly for pedestrians, road crews, or even the unexpected. Speeding is illegal. Slowing down saves lives. For more information, visit slowdown.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Devin crosses over on Murphy, who knocks the ball loose. Booker has to fade as the shot clock's winding down, and he hit nothing but net on the 20-footer at the horn.
All right, there you go. That is thank you to 98.7 and the Suns Radio Network. Game tonight on the road in Dallas against the Mavericks. Now, there's been an awful lot of conversation, especially after this little winning streak that the Suns have put together, about the flow of the offense and also how stingy the defense has become as well. Here's head coach Jordan Ott.
Find a solution out there to whatever defense it is. And tonight, obviously, we've had a good shooting night. Some nights, those things aren't going to fall. We're going to need some second chance points. We're going to need some rim attempts. We're going to get to the free throw line. So it makes it easy when a guy goes 10 of 15 to tell him to keep shooting. Some of that, even at the end, was on the zone. The zone, we found the threes. We found some good looks. Yeah, so whatever the defense has, we'll try to find the next solution.
How about that, Manuch? Did your coach ever say to you when you were on the field, hey, keep passing? No. But for Grayson Allen, the coach said, hey, keep shooting.
Boy, I think that's a quarterback's dream. And we're going to throw 90% of the time. But, I mean, do you want to win or do you want to air out with the stats? I'd rather win than have those 400, 500-yard stats. But I think that's encouraging. I think that's how they understand and they trust each other. Is like, hey, look, if you've got it, take it. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was Mike D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less with the Suns when they had Steve Nash and Amari and Quinn Q. Richardson was out there. He wasn't bashful at all, taking that three-point shot.
All right, more now with Coach Ott talking about the way that they're playing defense.
You know, the couple games that stand out was early in the season where our defensive activity just wasn't good enough. I think always some of that is shot making. In LA that first time was an incredible shot making. Denver on the second night of a back-to-back. So I think overall this season, we've been a really good half-court team defensively. Transition, I think we still need to clean some of that up, but part of that's our offensive turnovers. So I think overall we've had pretty good stretches of our defense. Probably more recently we felt that it's been at a high level. Now it's just about maintaining it for 48 minutes.
And they have the last, they've won 5 out of 6.
Right.
Out of those 4 games, they have out-rebounded the opponent. I mean, they had 10 offensive rebounds to the 32 defensive rebounds. So they've been committed, I feel, this year more so. Remember how they used to get offensive rebounded out the gym last year?
Did,
between that and turnovers. But there's a concerted effort with those bigs down low. They're more active down low on the offensive side.
All right, and speaking of the bigs, they're still working on trying to figure out the center position with Mark Williams, Nick Richards, etc., and they're trying to find a rotation. Here's Coach on that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a night-to-night thing. I thought in L.A. in the second half, Nick had really good minutes. Oso's first half stint I thought was good, especially there in that second quarter when he played with that group. We're going to try to mix and match and, again, we have a plan going into it, but we're going to feel some of that out. If Looney happened to be out there more in the end of first, beginning of the second, we're going to go with Nick. So we're going to have to feel some of that out. We need everyone.
And with the back-to-back up next, do you expect Mark to still sit for one of those two, or is he improving in there?
I think that's why some of these nights are good, just to see how he comes out of it. Obviously, you look at his schedule and you see a 3 and 4. Again, we have a plan, but that plan can be adjusted based on how he comes out of tonight. So, yeah, we'll take a look.
I laugh when I hear a 23-year-old going back-to-back.
I know.
And you have to check him out and see how he responds and see how it is. And that should just be he should be able to go back-to-back to back-to-back. We get it. It's had the injury bug. But it's to have to bring that up and talk about it. I hope there's a day with Mark Williams as a Phoenix Sun that's not even a question.
I'm with you.
That's just, you know what, hey, you got the Pacers after Dallas. I know you got Dallas tonight. Like even having the pressure tonight, how do you see Mark Williams going up against whomever the following night, no matter who it is? Mm-hmm. It just blows me away to hear that. It's take the damn bubble wrap off him, man. Let him play. I mean, why even bring that up? So I guess that's just the way it is.
And unfortunately, it's going to be like this, I think, almost the entire year.
But doesn't that just kind of rub you the wrong way?
To me, it's old news. Yeah. Okay, he's responded fine. Play the damn guy.
He's fine. Why even bring it up? No disrespect to whoever asked the question, but I wouldn't make that a thing.
Yeah.
I would just move on and just talk about this. And hey, you got a back-to-back. I mean, you're asking the question. No disrespect before you play tonight's game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think these kids 23 years old. Let him play. If it becomes an issue, then that comes something down the line.
I can tell your panties are in a bunch over
gracious.
that. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, it's not so much the question. It's just having that be a focal point when you're talking about Mark Williams.
There you go. It's always the injury factor, even though he hasn't been injured. There is news also.
I'm glad you qualified that.
Yes.
Not that I'm superstitious.
Yeah.
And you didn't jinx him. Yeah, it's about those damn injuries. Not that he's been injured. It's like Jalen Green. Hey, he had a hell of a game. Let's just hope he doesn't get hurt again. Lo and behold, Jimmy B jinxes him, and he gets the hammy. It's just
you're always blaming me.
Well,
dude.
yeah, you're easy to blame, dear Jimmy, because you put
gosh.
that out in the universe and stuff happens. Jimmy.
All right, the NBA came out with a major makeover for the NBA All-Star Game, and it is pretty interesting, and I sure hope it works, to be honest with you.
Me too.
Yeah, it'll be the USA versus the world. What a concept. Haven't we been screaming about that for like several years now? Now, the new format will have 3 teams, 8 players each. This is what I find really cool about it. Is there's no positions. In other words, you might have 8 guys who are all guards.
And that's your team.
And that's your team. This is going to be different. It's going to be fun. And to be honest with you, my partner, I hope it's entertaining.
Yeah, it is. And then, let me take a look at this. You mentioned the starters and reserve will now be chosen purely by total votes.
Yeah.
And to your point, not by front court or backcourt slots. 5 top vote getters equal starters, any position, as you alluded to.
Yep.
The next 7 equal reserves, any position. So they're going to have roster balloting. So what they're saying is if the voting doesn't produce at least 16 Americans and 8 international players, Commissioner Adam Silver will handpick extra players to hit those minimums. So the commissioner's getting involved, and he's got his hands all over this, folks, because of a lack of the All-Star game just slowly going down in a spiraling motion. So you have him. So basically, it'll go like this: 14 Americans, 10 internationals. Adams adds 2 Americans. If it's 18, 6, he'll add 2 more international players. So you have those teams. So, and this is the interesting thing, too. NBC is going to have exclusive rights on the broadcast. The 2025 All-Star Game marks NBC's debut as the exclusive broadcaster, part of the league's new TV deal. I'm glad that they're going back to NBC.
I like it.
I think it's great. NBC will integrate the event into the Winter Olympics coverage, airing it earlier than usual. It'll be at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock our time, and it'll be right after Team USA's hockey game. So that'll come on.
Ooh, what a lead in the hockey game.
And how will the game be played? Well, they'll go to L.A. into Intuit Dome, home of the Clippers. Now, the weekend will begin on Friday, February 13th. So just clear your slate for Friday, February 13th. Here's the format. 4 12-minute quarters remain, but gameplay is going to change. So the first 3 quarters feature round-robin action between the 3 teams. Each plays twice. Got that?
Okay.
The final quarter becomes a championship matchup between the 2 best teams from their round-robin play. And last but not least, if all finish 1-1, the 2 with the best point differential will advance. So this is a new look, and to your point, U.S. versus international, a new wrinkle, a new curve, a new interest to see if we can beat the international squads.
It's going to be a lot of fun, to be honest with you. And be honest,
it's a change of pace.
And I hope it works. I really do, because what we had these past many years now has just been god-awful. And I hope that this does work, and I hope it satisfies the viewing public. It has the capability to be really good. It really has that. Hey, everybody, we're hanging out here at Venezia's. We will be here on the ASU campus until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right now, let's get you updated. Here's a ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The Suns will look to stay hot tonight as they go for their 4th straight win, hitting the road to take on the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. Tip-off is set for 6:30 with pregame coverage starting at 5:30 on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Over in the NFL, the Cardinals will be without wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. against the 49ers on Sunday after he underwent appendicitis surgery earlier this week. Arizona will look to Trey McBride along with Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch to help fill the void in his absence. Attention Sun Devil fans, Venezia's Pizzeria is now the official pizza partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Grab your giant slice of pepperoni or cheese at every ASU home game, proudly serving fans and fueling the Devils all season long. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition and a Sun Devil favorite. Visit Venezias.com today. It's the Campus Quickies coming up next.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the Callaway Elite family of drivers. Get up to 8 yards longer with more forgiveness compared to other Callaway models. Now up to $120 off. Don't forget, we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service.
We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Pima JTED doesn't just work for students, it works for all of Arizona. Hands-on training, real-world skills. High school students become job-ready, and Arizona businesses get the talent they need to thrive. Without a skilled workforce, Arizona can't grow. But with Pima JTED graduates, our entire economy prospers. Join the businesses already investing in Arizona's future. Learn more at PimaJTED.org. That's PimaJTED.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're hanging out today. Venencia's Pizzeria is where you can find us. ASU campus. Great crowd that we've had here today. Manuch is kissing babies and signing autographs. $5 an autograph.
You run into some of my old broadcasting buddies.
I know, I see that, yeah.
You run into other folk. McClintock Chargers abound here on the ASU campus.
Wow.
Get that special that they have here at Venezia's. Let me go through that one more time. The 24-inch one-topping party pizza for only $28.99.
Did he eat it all by himself?
They have photos of people that do that. They have contests. So if you can do it in a certain amount of time, they put your Polaroid photo on the wall at the 7 value locations around.
All right.
They do that. But the one here on ASU campus, we're on College off of University. So you just come just north, and we're in the Sun Devil Marketplace. Just come up to the second story, and you'll see Jimmy B and all of us just sitting here till 4 o'clock.
You got it. All right. So we have to clarify that we are having phone issues back at the radio station. So we cannot do our normal Campus Quickie segment because the phones don't work.
Well, I'm blaming Connor. He didn't feed the hamsters.
Man, that's probably
Got to
true.
feed them every morning.
Yeah,
Get those phone lines going, get them cranked up. So
we'll kind of fill in and do our Campus Quickies with the three of us, you, me, and Matt. Now, Matt is U of A boy, okay? So U of A.
We'll let Matt chime in on
Matt, last night they played basketball. U of A just beat up on poor NAU.
Was that a scrimmage or a game?
Yeah, what was that, Matt?
Looked a lot like a scrimmage, but it was a game. We were up by 30 for the most of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was it, 93-2 at halftime or something like that?
That's close.
I mean, NAU went down there, and to their credit, you saw this U of A basketball team just get up and down the court. And for you, Mr. U of A Wildcat, seeing Koa Pete, he's getting national recognition throughout. Look at ESPN, CBS, new kid on the block. Plays like a senior, on and on and on, and those are the kind of games that you play everybody. You aren't. And I think Roc mentioned this the other day. Hey, and he was going down to get a check.
That's it. Yeah. That's okay.
Take their medicine.
Yeah.
Play the competition. Get ready for the Big Sky Conference.
100%. He's already on track to be not only a lottery pick, probably a top 5 pick in this year's NBA draft. And many of the mock drafts I've seen, he's so talented. Between his size in physicality, he also has a very smooth shot. So he really kind of has the full package. But we have so much, Arizona has so much depth.
You can say we, you're an alumnus.
Yeah, but I'm not on the basketball team.
I'm not buying that.
I might have been able to get a rebound or two, but I'm not on the team.
I don't do that. We and they.
Whoa.
And them
He's an
thing.
alumnus.
So
you're
what?
Eastern Washington, where they kitty cats, whatever they are.
I wouldn't. Even if we were talking Cooper Kupp, the greatest player to ever come out of Eastern Washington football in the NFL.
You would say we had a hell of a player at Eastern
Cooper
Washington.
Kupp, at Eastern Washington. I don't do we, they,
Man,
us, them.
He has no idea. Go ahead. You could say we. It's okay.
No, it's
Anyways, the Wildcats, they have a lot of talent aside from Koa. Jaden Bradley is one of the most underrated point guards in the nation. He really handles that offense well. He shot the ball really well from 3 last night. He drove the ball well, but we have a lot of size other than guys like Koa too. Mo Krivas, he was out all of last year with the foot injury.
Okay.
And that's why Henry Vasar, who ended up transferring to North Carolina, So he's over there now. But Mo Krivas is back this year, and that's why Vasar, he got paid $2 or $3 million just to transfer to UNC because Krivas is taking his spot, because that's how much better he is.
Are you not sending your alumni check on time?
I can't afford that much to keep him around. I can give him $20.
Manuch works for us in radio. Come on. He has no check.
Why? I understand. I get it. U of A in North Carolina, but I mean, you sit there, you've got anything you want. You're going to play.
I think he knew he was going back to the bench and he wanted the chance to keep playing. And so that shows a lot about Mo Krivas and the player he is. He played 20 minutes too. But really what stood out so far this year under the radar is these international guys that have come in for Arizona. Obviously, Ivan Karchenkov has been good. He has a great shot from three. But Dwayne Aristode last night, I thought it was Aristode at first. He came from the Netherlands. He was playing 17U summer ball with the Netherlands last year. And he came over as a true freshman this year, and he rained in 6 threes last night, 6 for 9 from three.
Okay.
So we have a lot of depth pieces and young guys on the bench who are putting together, I think, one of the best Arizona basketball teams, not only since I've been to school, but maybe in my life.
Well, that's only been like 22 years.
But still, I'm used to 25 years of teams that know how to blow it in the Sweet 16. So maybe this year we won't know how to. Maybe we can get past that.
An alumni said that. Not us.
No, blow it in the Sweet 16. There you go. You heard it first right here. Okay, so because of our phone issues, we have no Hod Rabino today from Devil's Digest. So Manuch and I will update ASU for you. In basketball, they have a date Friday night against Gonzaga. In football, they are matched up against West Virginia. No Jordan Tyson in this game.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be out for this game. Maybe he comes back for Colorado. Maybe. Hopefully you see him for U of A. And I think a lot of fans want to see him because I think this is the last time we will see him.
I agree.
This game on the road to Colorado, and then when they go to they come back against U of A at home. I'd love to see him play because I like to see this Sun Devil team win the next 3. Going to need a lot of help if they're going to get to the Big 12 Conference Championship game. I doubt they will, but you just never know.
Right.
They're in the same spot last year. But I think right now, I think that Mateo is going to be probably his
go-to guy.
Sim's go-to guy.
Yeah.
But you got to think about that. You know, keep him healthy another week. And then he'll start to think, okay, hey, look, here's my thought process. Guys are, well, why don't you just hold him out? It's his last year. No, play him. If he feels good to play, these are his last 3 games at ASU. Look, we don't have any breaking news. We think he's probably going to come out in the draft, but we don't know for sure. He'd always come back for one more. But I think if he's healthy, he can come back next week against Colorado or hold him off until the U of A game, might be his last game against U of A here at home, then that could happen. But this ASU team, you're going to have a tough task against West Virginia.
I was just going to say that. Look, I watched that West Virginia game at Houston, and West Virginia put up 45 on Houston. So don't be sleeping now on West Virginia. They've had so many injuries. They've changed quarterbacks like 5 times, Manuch.
Well, they got the true freshman quarterback now who had a very good game. He had a couple picks, but he runs the offense well. And with Rich Rod's offense, it's kind of a air raid, RPO, spread combination, all the above. They run routes horizontally. They rarely get the ball down the field vertically, but that's the one thing that Rich Rod will do. He'll go with a hurry-up offense. He'll slow it down. So for ASU, it's a rotation of their linemen and their linebackers to make sure those guys are fresh if they can get in and out of the game on those particular times that there's a chance for them to get on. But don't sleep on this West Virginia team, folks.
No.
Rich Rod knows how to win with less, and that's one thing they did. You talk about the Houston game?
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming down.
No, you're absolutely
And by
right.
the way, with Gonzaga coming in, I think who'd they play last night? I watched a little bit of Gonzaga. They
Creighton.
Yeah, they beat Creighton last night. They're again, they reload.
They did reload
every year.
Yes.
I'm watching a little bit of that Creighton game, and again, Creighton's out, man. But watching this Gonzaga team I watched for like 5 minutes. Went, damn, they're just so solid. I mean, they move the ball. They got outstanding rebounders. They got shooters galore. And no Jimmy Fredette, though. He hasn't made a comeback there, your boy Jimmy Fredette?
He hasn't made a comeback, no. Here's the funny part, and I watched some of that Gonzaga game last night because I wanted to see what matchups might take place on Friday. And Mark Few, who is Hall of Fame college basketball
easy.
coach. I mean, he just walks in when he decides to call it quits. They are a solid basketball team, and they can do some things that maybe they didn't do in the past. I saw them run some hurry-up offense, and that really was not what Mark Few did in the past couple of years. Why? Because he had some big guys, and he wanted to establish them down low. He is loaded with some very skilled guards this season, and they will indeed push the basketball.
Let's finish up with NAU here real quick,
Okay.
since we're doing our campus quickies via Jimmy B and Manuch. They blow out Northern Colorado last week, 49-10. They're still in the hunt. And you, Ty Pennington, you brought this up on Monday.
Yeah.
225 yards, had the one touchdown. But this running game is just starting to get on track. Close to 240 yards of rushing. And they got Cal Poly this week, which they should take care of business.
They should.
If they can win out with this NAU football team, when you look at these guys moving forward, these are some of the things you're going to want to see. Northern Colorado, you got Cal Poly this weekend, then your last game at Weber State. Mm-hmm. You should win out, and then they might need a little help.
They will.
They might need a little help, but they could go – if they could go back-to-back years under Coach Wright, who will catch tomorrow at 1:15, that speaks volumes of this program. But they left nothing to doubt after that Idaho loss by 3. They came out bound, determined, and just laid the wood to Northern Colorado.
They did. All right, there you go. That's our campus quickies. Unfortunately, we couldn't have the guys on due to faulty phones, but they are working on it back at the radio station. So we will continue here from Venencia's on the campus of ASU. Coming up next, it's our big-time player. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Turner and Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit crestins.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
If you're on the job day in and day out, you know living with pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulders is miserable. The good news, QC Kinetics gets it. They understand guys like you.
They don't have the luxury of taking time off. They want to keep working. We are built for those guys that want to keep working and want to stay active. So the vast majority of who we see are the blue-collar guys like me and you.
QC Kinetics uses biologic therapies, just like pro athletes have used for years, to get you lasting pain relief with no surgery.
I want you to continue working. I want you to continue exercising. The joints are made to be moved.
The treatments at QC Kinetics are fast and non-invasive.
It's not a lot of time commitment on your part. There is no downtime or recovery time. You don't need short-term disability with what we do. We want to keep you active.
Call QC Kinetics now to set up your free no-obligation consultation. Learn how you can get real pain relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are hanging out here today, Venencia's Pizzeria, campus of ASU. Great crowd has been here all afternoon. Once again, Manuch is trying to sell the Italian stallion to anybody who will listen. And he has had some success. I will say that. All right, it is time now for our big-time player of the week. Let's don't waste any time. It goes to Indianapolis Colts running back Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor is the back. Jonathan Taylor ducking inside. He is in. A touchdown for Indianapolis, and he has tied the Colts all-time record with Edgerrin James. They got second and short. That means it's Taylor time, and he's got the first down, and he busts away from the pack for plenty more. Jonathan Taylor, big run. There he goes, and Indianapolis takes the lead. 83 yards, the longest run of his career. Right back to Taylor with Warren blocking. Touchdown, Taylor! An appropriate finish in Berlin, Germany. It's Taylor's game, and the Colts win in overtime.
Boy, what a game he did. Our big-time player of the week, Colts running back, as you mentioned, Jimmy Jonathan Taylor, in their overtime win over the Falcons, 31-25. Taylor rushed 32 times for 244 yards, 3 touchdowns, with 42 yards receiving. He had 286 yards of total offense. It's very rare in today's NFL you see a running back combined, unless you're Christian McCaffrey,
right,
for close to 300 yards of total offense. So there you go. That's our big-time player of the weekend, Jonathan Taylor, who I got to imagine in the hunt for the MVP.
I would think so. His name has got to be in there. I agree 100%. That is our big-time player and is presented by Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. We are there always on Monday night as the show airs from 1 to 4. Then we do our roll for dough. You throw with the jumbo dice an opportunity to win how much, Manuch?
$10,000.
That's it. And Manuch is there, and he'll write the check right out of his own purse. Oh, no, that doesn't come out.
No, let's not go that far, Jimmy B.
Okay, fair enough.
I got 5 jobs to get there, okay?
Anyway, it is Monday night. It'll be the Cowboys at the Raiders. Cowboys-Raiders this coming Monday. We will see you at Biggs American Bar and Grill in Peoria. Manuch, the college football rankings are out. It is the second week of the college football rankings. Anything surprise you?
Not really. Ohio State remains at number 1. Going they're 9-0. Indiana Hoosiers, little bit of a scare. I remain at number 2. They're 10-0. Look at the full. I think you look at the full top 12 bracket protection. I think it's beginning to take shape. I think we're really starting to see some of the things come to fruition. I think it's better defined. I think we're starting to see maybe some first-round pairings and conference champion auto bids. A couple of bubble watch teams, teams like the Hurricanes, they move up to number 15. Momentum going their way, maybe an at-large. But I think the other thing, too, is we look at the schedule and structure that's pretty much been confirmed as we look through. I think a couple teams that are, I don't know if they're really going to fall completely out. They still got a chance. BYU fell 5 spots to number 12. So as I mentioned, it's pretty much chalk, 1 through 5. Tech moves up 2 to number 6. Ole Miss falls 1 after a victory. Oregon moves up 1. Notre Dame moves up 1. And then Texas rounds out the top 10. They move up 1 as well, too. So it follows by Oklahoma, BYU, Utah, Vanderbilt, Miami, as I mentioned. They moved up 3. So they could win that ACC we talked about as far as pairings are concerned. And then Georgia Tech, USC moves up. Michigan moves up 3, followed by Virginia, Louisville, Iowa, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, South Florida, and Tennessee. You talked about South Florida a little bit there, Jimmy, as far as that at large.
Yep.
They're 7-2 right now. They might end up, 10-2. If they win, they got the American Conference.
Right.
They might be that team on the outside that's looking in.
Well, the rule is they would take from the Power 5. They would have to take that team. South Florida has a win over Memphis as well. I think Tulane is the only other team that could maybe kind of be problematic for South Florida. And right now, South Florida, even though they are listed as the 25th team, they will indeed take that number 12 spot.
When we look back on last week, the only close call, if you will, was, as I mentioned, the Indiana coming back to win 27-24 as Mr. Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback for the Hoosiers, leads the charge and gets that touchdown pass the very back of the end zone. A&M, no problem. Missouri, 38-17. Alabama, steady as she goes. They thump LSU 20-9. It was competitive.
Yeah.
Georgia wins 41-21. No issue there. Ole Miss over to Citadel. So you beat the Citadel 49-0, and you drop one.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't score, a 70 burger on the Citadel?
And
you
look,
drop one?
He called off the dogs at halftime.
He basically did. By the way, I don't know if you saw this. There was a proposal on the field before the game, and it looked like Ole Miss was just going off the field after their warm-ups.
Yeah.
There's Lane Kiffin.
Right there.
He goes right in there and takes a shot as the couple do their engagement. They take a photo. How about that? Hey, honey, remember when we got engaged 40 years ago and that Lane Kiffin coach? I mean, that will definitely be there forever. But Lane Kiffin, the new version, the lighter and the lighter side of Lane Kiffin.
He's having a lot of fun. A couple of games to watch this weekend for sure. Number 11, Oklahoma at number 4, Alabama. Manuch, I think Alabama.
Where's it at, Jimmy?
It's at Alabama.
Where's it at, Jimmy?
At Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more time. Where's it at?
Alabama is where it is.
Bama will roll.
Do you really?
Yes.
Because I was just going to say, Kevin DeVore, the coach there, now in his second year, he has that team really playing well.
Number 11, Oklahoma. At where, Jimmy?
At Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Bama is at the point now, I think with DeBoer, that they know what's on the line. And after that initial loss this year, they were like, wait a second. We're a pretty damn good team. I mean, you stop and think about the way it is in Alabama. You sit there and you win all these games. All of a sudden, you got a pretty good thing going. Well, you sit there and you lose to Florida State. And the sky's falling, right?
Yeah.
Is DeBoer, what can we do to buy out his contract?
That's it. That was the talk.
Everybody just pump the brakes. But what was interesting is that team, and you read some of the excerpts from that game and moving on, they were embarrassed to lose to Florida State because they knew that Florida State, and that was at Florida State on the road.
It was.
That was Florida State's big win for the year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it saved Mike Norvell's job or not, but I think that they hold on to him because I think his buyout's like $64 million.
It's huge.
I wonder if the governor of that state gets involved.
That idiot Louisiana. Oh, my God.
But, again, you sit there, and Bama has just really – you watch them. And remember last year we used to say that defense just isn't the same as it has been, right? This year, their defense, they're not having any off-field issues. Their defense is stout. That those front four are NFL-worthy front four.
Yes.
And, we think of, you think of Houston's front four and Texas Tech's front four. You could put them on par with each other.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at that overall, those are some of the things when you talk about Alabama, I don't think that they lose another game this year, and I think they're your odds on to win the SEC.
Wow. Okay. Another game that is going to be extremely interesting because if Pittsburgh, and they're playing at Pitt, hosting Notre Dame, if they win that game, that will be 3 losses for the Fighting Irish. In your estimation, would that knock them out?
I would think it would, but hey, Jimmy B, it's Notre Dame.
You're trying to tell me
Don't
something
they have
here?
touchdown Jesus and God on their side?
They do.
They do. But you're right. That's at Pittsburgh. And if there's a game for Pittsburgh to go, okay, we're 7-2. We're legit. You look at Notre Dame's going to have to go on the road, I think, improve, being that team where they currently at, number 9, I believe they are. That team that's going to have to pretty much show the rest of the nation and win out in order to be in that top 12. But I think you're right. I think that's a very good game. Now, I kind of kid about this Oklahoma-Bama game. I think it'll be a good game.
Okay.
It just depends on if Mateer can have success against this Alabama defense.
John Mateer, the quarterback at Oklahoma. Yeah.
And, you kind of go through some of the other ones, Iowa, USC.
I look for USC to roll them. And here is why. I think that Iowa, in the loss that they had at home against the Oregon Ducks did not play great, but they found a way to win at Iowa. USC right now, Manuch, I've watched them. They're playing sensational football.
Hold the phone. Get back, Loretta. 5:30 ABC, Texas.
Yeah.
At Georgia.
Yeah.
That's the night game. And if you're the real deal, Texas, Arch Manning, all the above, if you're the real deal and you're worthy of being in the top 10, the number 10 right now, you've got to go on the road.
So that's my next question.
Georgia.
They would have 3 losses. Would that knock Texas out?
Absolutely knock Texas out. Knock them out of the top 12. Absolutely, because who you lose to. Now, again, who you lose to, how bad did you lose if you lost?
Okay.
But it would speak volumes for Texas if they go on the road at Georgia and beat Georgia. Then Georgia would have 2 losses, but I think they would stay in the top 10.
Okay. This segment's presented by G2G Protein Bars. You can find them at the refrigerated section at Costco and online at g2gbar.com. On sale right now at Costco. We're coming right back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
Running a small business during the holidays is hard.
No truer words were.
But this year, Staples helped me have an easy holiday.
Your script has a typo.
Nope, easy peasy. I just ordered online at staples.com and picked up in store. And with UPS on site, shipping was easy too. Plus, huge savings on tech, custom cards, even my holiday sale signage.
Visit your local Staples store or staples.com today for up to 45% off select laptops.
That was easy.
Ends 12/27.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
All month long, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with vanilla ice cream and a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Pair it with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States.
Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Marvin... 2 nights ago, or 1 night, 2 nights ago, had surgery, appendicitis. So he's going to be out.
There it is. That's all you need to hear from the head coach, Jonathan Gannon. Maserati Marv is broke. It's in the garage, folks. You're not going to see him this weekend, possibly next weekend as well. Welcome back in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Hey, look, we're always presented by Biggs American Bar and Grill. We are there every Monday in Peoria, 83rd Avenue and Bell Road. We have the show from 1 to 4. Then we have Monday Night Football. Manuch does the roll for dough. You have a chance to win $10,000. And this coming Monday, Eagles. Nope, it's not either. It's the Raiders.
Raiders at the Cowboys
at the Raiders. Yeah. Manuch, you messed up again.
My bad.
Yeah, I know. Dang you.
I'm so just perturbed by the Packers' lack of offense. I thought they could maybe play again. Yeah, let me fix that. Yeah. Cowboys at the Raiders.
That's it. That's exactly where we are. Hey, today we've had a great time, and it's our final hour here, but we love coming to Venencia's, and today we've been on the campus at ASU.
Yeah, and they got the Wednesday special, the 24-inch one-topping party pizza for $28.99. That's a savings of over $5 per pizza. And also, this is the latest edition, 7 Valley locations as we're out here on the ASU campus, just north of University on College. They also want you to know that they've got their signature slice specials. All I have to do is mention daily specials available at all locations. They got amazing slice specials for only $10.75. You can upgrade your drink to a beer or wine. Mm-hmm. I also want you to know they have a brand new pizza. It's called the Dilly. Creamy garlic cucumber sauce topped with over 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese. Woo-hoo. With authentic New York kosher dill pickle slices, finished with fresh dill. And last but not least, if you're a dessert guy, ice cream guy, how about a cookie guy?
Oh,
you can try the freshly baked, chewy, soft, and buttery chocolate chunk or white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, only $2.99 each. All that going on at all of Venencia's pizzerias.
Perfect. Okay, so let us get in then to what has happened to Marvin Harrison Jr. Had the appendectomy surgery, and so now he will miss this weekend, and maybe even next weekend is what the reports are.
Yeah, and it'll be not this week, next week. For all the people I talked to have had appendectomies.
Yeah, appendicitis, yeah.
It's taken them a couple weeks and they have a normal life.
Right,
They weren't athletes.
Yes.
They just a couple, 2 weeks.
They're not going to get hit.
They're up and about moving around, but as far as making sure there's no infection, that it heals properly, and that you just give it enough time and rest are the keys for a lot of that. But now, with him being out, you have Zay Jones, who tore his Achilles last Sunday's on the IR,
right?
As is Simi Fihoko, who's also came off the practice squad, played last week. He's on the IR due to the wrist injury. Okay, so here's the latest. Here's the receiving corps.
I can hardly wait.
Yeah, you got Michael Wilson, who's going to have to step up.
Yeah.
Greg Dortch doesn't do a lot. He's a slot receiver. They get him the ball. He breaks some tackles. Xavier Weaver is the other receiver that's going to have to really step up. They're going to have to focus on him, I feel, as far as getting the ball to him down the field. So the 53-man roster is set with those individuals. Now, also added to the active roster, they signed wide receiver Andre Buccelli to the active roster from the practice squad. They placed wide receiver Zay Jones, I mentioned, and Fehoko on the IR. They re-signed cornerback Jaden Davis and signed wide receiver Jalen Virgil to the practice squad. So they added another receiver, but to the practice squad, they added another defensive back to the practice squads as well. So you look at this and you look at the depth chart, and aside from, I would say the offensive line is healthy.
Is reasonably healthy.
Yeah, they're healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jonah Williams is questionable in reference to whether he plays or not. I think Bam Knight is questionable. And then from that standpoint, I think everybody is pretty much healthy. Let me take a look real quick. As I mentioned, Marv's out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Jonah Williams at right tackle and Bam Knight are the only questionable individuals
on the offensive side.
Okay. Now, Xavier Weaver is also questionable. So I'm looking at the backups now, and he's really – so those three –
Wait, let me stop you. You just said Xavier Weaver now is listed as questionable?
He's available, but he's questionable. So if he can't go, you got Virgil as a guy that they'd have to activate the day before the day of. That's why they put him on the practice squad.
Good golly.
So there again, you're just kind of looking out for what you're going to have to do. So as I mentioned, if he's questionable, that's why I think Jalen Virgil was signed to the practice squad, just in case Xavier Weaver can't go. I got to imagine he should be able to go. But, hey, Trey McBride, hydrate, eat, rest up. Would they target him 13 times against
Seattle? They might have to target him 25 times. They may.
He had 9 catches, and he was gassed last week. He really played well.
He did.
I mean, Trey McBride impresses me every week.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he never came out of the game. I think he came out just maybe once or twice for a blow because you looked at that tight end position. Higgins had a couple of catches, but it was between Higgins and him. And then on that one touchdown catch he got to the sideline. He didn't drop to a knee, just kind of squatted there for a while. But Trey McBride, don't you know San Francisco will know they'll bracket him?
Yes.
And I feel the only deep threat that this Arizona Cardinals team has, it's unfortunate, is Xavier Weaver. So I got to imagine he will go. But if he can't, you got Virgil as a guy that could be signed the day of or the day before.
Mm-hmm. I want to see Buccelli to see if he comes on the field.
Solid.
And see if he sings Mamma Mia.
Well, he's a solid receiver. I remember last year he was with this team.
Yeah,
off and on.
I remember him.
He played well in the preseason. I mean, he's a solid receiver.
How about Andy Isabella? Can they bring him back?
Boy, what a disappointment that was. Your third-round pick.
Golly.
Nice job, Steve Keim and Cliff Kingsbury.
Look, Manu, I'm disgusted, and here is why. Because when the season began, there was optimism that this team was indeed going to compete with Seattle, with San Francisco, and Los Angeles Rams, and possibly be in that wild card conversation.
We all thought on paper,
and
this is a team that could be vying for the wild card. Yes, we did.
And it's all blown to smithereens.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can't. I mean, if everybody was healthy and they were this record was like it is, which pretty much it was. We look at some of the guys that are out. I mean, it's all been on the defensive side that you've seen all the IRs. I mean, Blount, Starling Thomas V, Russell, Justin Jones, Collier, Ojolari still's not back.
Mm-hmm.
Murphy Bunning, he's out. I mean, I can go on and on, but you looked at the initial 22, I think what you're getting at.
Yep.
The initial 22. I said, hey, I felt that they could win anywhere from 8 to 10 games, what we saw on paper. I think a lot of folks said 8, 9 games. They need a lot of help if they're going to make the wild card. I don't know many people that saw this team winning more than 10 games because you could give them the benefit of the doubt. But they always thought that you could see Kyler Murray taking the next step. Injuries befell this team. So right now, it's the only guy that's technically out. And I think the quarterback position's improved with Kyler Murray out with Jacoby Brissett. So the only guy that you've got really out is going to be a big out is Marv Jr. because everybody else is good to go. Your offensive line's intact. Everybody's good to go.
Pretty much, yep.
James Conner out, Trey Benson out. That's huge. We get it. That's absolutely huge.
They have no running game.
They have no running game. So you have DeMarcado, Bam Knight, and Michael Carter as your fill-ins.
As I said, they have no running game.
Well, it's not only them. It's not the running backs. It's the offensive line.
Oh, I know.
They can't block, and they have no running game from that standpoint. As far as pass protection, Jacoby Brissett done them a favor. By the way, he's hung in there, completed passes while getting absolutely drilled.
Yes.
I mean, 5 sacks 2 weeks ago, 5 this last week. He's taken countless hits. I bet he's taken another 6-7 hits per game, and he's hung in there and gotten the ball off and gotten the ball down the field. So where this team really hurts is with Marv Jr., the 50-50 balls, stretching the field, getting the ball down the field. And Marv's not a home run hitter, folks. He's not that fast.
Right.
He can get down the field. He can wall off. He can high point the ball. He can make those catches. That's what you're going to miss. So, hey, Trey, hydrate, eat, sleep. We might back you off on Saturday. We'll have you good to go against this San Francisco 49ers team.
Man, that seems like the only thing that they have going for them. The good news is the 49ers defense has just beat the smithereens as well. So there's going to be a lot of names that nobody will recognize on the 49ers defense. However, the 49ers offense still has Christian freaking McCaffrey, and he's been playing great all year.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about that. He is that bell cow for that team. I mean, I think of guys that can do it all, last the Mohicans, right?
Yeah.
Talked about Jonathan Taylor as our big time player of the week. He catches it well, runs well, vying for an MVP, right?
Yeah.
Well, Christian McCaffrey, he's a 6'2" guy. I mean, he can catch it, he can run it, he can block, runs good routes, he can throw it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember early in his career, he was even like a punt returner, kickoff returner.
Yeah, he did a little.
I mean, he's just one of those guys. When you watch a guy like Christian McCaffrey, he toted the ball. I think it was 2 weeks ago. He touched it 35 times between his catching the ball and running the football. So look at the 49ers. Brock Purdy's going to be questionable. Whether he returns this week or not, we're yet to see.
Do you really think he will?
Well,
what's your gut feeling?
If he's feeling good, what they might do, couple things. The Kyle Shanahan sort out there. They could ease him into maybe put him in the backup role for this time.
Okay.
If he was going to start, I think we'll know either by Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
Or they might have him not dress and send him and wait for next week. I mean, there's 9 games left, right, Jimmy? Or 8 games left.
Yeah.
So if he's not completely ready, he doesn't feel comfortable, they don't feel comfortable, and they can win the next few games without him, then they can plug Brock in there where he's 100% and not have to worry about it. Because these toe injuries or plantar fasciitis injuries, they're very delicate, like Kyler Murray. They put him on IR for 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an injury that can be re-injured very easily.
Yeah.
So I think that they'll be very cautious with Brock Purdy. But Ricky Pearsall is the only other starter who's questionable for the 49ers. Aside from that, they've got their full go on offense, and they got their full go of defense. The only questionable individual is Collins, the right tackle. But to your point, Warner's out for the year.
Yeah.
Trey Tomlinson's out for the year. Bosa's out for the year. And you're right. Those are huge losses for the 49ers.
All right. We're hanging out here at Venezia's Pizzeria on the ASU campus. We've had a great crowd throughout the entire day here, and we are here until 4 o'clock. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text PEAKS to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Millions of people experience pelvic floor issues. From bladder leaks to pelvic pain, pregnancy recovery to post-surgery rehab, Pelvic Health Physical Therapy can help. Pelvic Health PTs are specially trained to assess and treat the muscles, joints, and nerves of the pelvic region, helping people regain strength, control, and confidence. If you're dealing with discomfort, incontinence, or pain during daily activities, don't suffer in silence. Visit aptaaz.org and find a pelvic health physical therapist near you.
Now back to the guys live from one of the Seven Valley Venezia's pizzerias. Venezia's, a proud partner of Sun Devils Athletics.
Back out to Allen. He's going to tee up another one, and that's good. 10th three of the night for Grayson Allen. He's got his own new career high. 38 points, 2 off his career best in that category. Feeds Allen left wing. He'll drive to the basket. Euro step in the lane. The layup goes, and Grayson Allen has a new career high, 42 on the night. Most threes in a single game in Suns history with 10. Most threes in his career with 10. Most points in his career with 42. What a performance from Grayson Allen.
Thank you to Arizona Sports and the Suns Radio Network for the highlight. Grayson Allen, career high 42, and set the Suns record for most three-pointers with 10 in a single game. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Hanging out here at Venezia's at ASU. Suns on the road tonight. They have a date with the Dallas Mavericks this evening. Hey, we're going to get a chance to see the number 1 draft choice in all of the NBA, and that's Cooper Flagg.
He is he's already special. I mean, just watching him get up and down the court, 20-some points the other night, 9 rebounds,
26,
3 assists, no turnovers. I mean, this young man is just to watch him. And if Davis can ever get back on the court, and maybe it's like, oh, okay, here we go again. You know, Davis is going to be in and out, in and out. We already got the news that Bradley Beal, as he's out for the year, going to have hip surgery.
Doesn't shock me, pal.
Where did he get a hip fracture?
I don't know.
He doesn't play that much to get a hip fracture.
Fell down the stairs at home.
Can't be worth, doesn't play enough to get the hip fracture. So he's out. You look at some of these other guys, like Davis is out. LeBron James is going down the G League to get himself ready.
Yep.
you would call, like in baseball, they'd be like the minor league assignment to go down to get some at-bats or get some pitching.
Yep.
And to see him, I don't know, Jimmy, you've been broadcasting NBA games forever. I've been watching them forever. It just doesn't seem like, I hate to say it, folks, but I'm going to say it. Back in the day, number one, you saw guys play back-to-back, sometimes back-to-back-to-back.
Yes, 3 in a row, yes.
You didn't see all these injuries, hamstrings or load management or this or that. It wasn't a thing. It was about, if the 76ers came in to play the Phoenix Suns, man, you knew that Lloyd B. Free and Dr. J and, Maurice Cheeks.
They were all going to be there.
If Atlanta came in, you're going to go see Pistol Pete Maravich.
Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah. If Golden State came in, Boston, you never had to worry about, as a season ticket holder, as a fan with the Suns or any other states, that if it was, is Larry Bird going to play or not? Well, you knew they were going to be there. Nowadays, I think, and I really believe, I hope that Adam Silver, and I think he's made some inroads, that you have to play, so many games in order to be up for MVP?
I believe it's 65.
Yeah, 65 games. So there's some inroads. But all these nagging injuries are just, for the average sports fan that's been around for many years to see it, it's hamstrings or hip or load management, or he's 23. We got to be cautious with him, which is absurd. You see what I'm saying? There's this modern era basketball, as I call bubble wrap basketball, that I think is tainting the game of the NBA. Now, the numbers will disprove my theory, because numbers are up this year.
Television numbers.
Television numbers are up.
They are.
And I really believe, you looked at how OKC won it, how Indiana played them in the NBA Finals. That was refreshing.
It was
small
great.
Markets.
Great.
Everybody played.
Yep.
You had a couple superstars. You didn't have high maintenance. You didn't have guys get kicked out of games. It was a pretty clean game. And you know what? I prefer that. I'd rather see that than a Boston and LA with drama and fights and technicals. That was a pretty clean series, if you want my opinion.
You referenced Adam Silver. He is the commissioner of the NBA, and you talked about how he's trying to change things up, and they need to be changed up as well. But he also has that gambling issue kind of hanging over his head, although it hasn't seemed too much to tamper the interest in the NBA when you just referenced that television ratings are indeed up. So that brings us to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. State 48 Roofing, free inspection on your roof before it starts to leak. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing. They are Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Just visit state48roofing.com, or you can just give them a ring at 480-268-4509. Now, here's the question. Do the recent gambling scandals have you watching NBA and college basketball with a much keener eye? In other words, are you seeing something on the court that you think might be a little iffy? You have two options. Yes, makes me leery. No, don't think about it. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X. Cast your vote. We will update at the end of the show. Manuch, where did you go?
You know what? I hit the yes. Makes me
too.
think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, nothing to see here. I'm sorry, folks. College basketball, NBA basketball, there is something to see. And the reason why I'm sitting there on the computer watching highlights, and they just made brief mention. I think there's some Miami talking about without Terry Rozier, blah, blah, blah. And I went, you know what? I think for a lot of us, I'm going to watch with a keener eye. Not that I'm going to really, stress myself and roll the tape back 20 times.
No, I understand, yeah.
And then college basketball, I think that I'm hoping it's the last bastion of we don't have to worry about that. And if I think of the top 25 teams, you hope you could probably think those will be clean games, will be clean programs. It's the smaller programs, the New Orleans universities. A lot of the gambling scandals that have happened, aside from the NBA, have been the smaller colleges.
I remember that.
Aside from Headache Smith with Arizona State,
yeah,
which is as the crow flies, for me, it's a driver, 3-wood and wedge from here to the stadium here on the ASU campus.
You have to clear the swimatorium.
And I will.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
With that 11.5 face driver I've got. But, I mean, I kind of go, okay, I just hope it's clean. But it just kind of makes you pause for concern, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
And when I watch the highlights, now the NBA, if I'm seeing some passes or seeing 22 turnovers in a game, that is, if that's a consistency, that is something's up. Like with the Suns, they average 16, 17 turnovers per game.
Right.
Well, who's the guy with most of those turnovers? Okay. Probably is it Devin Booker?
Right now it's
Devin Booker. Yeah. Well, I would never think twice that he would be involved in gambling. But if there's, I mean, it just kind of makes you, but even to say that, we didn't say that 10 years ago.
No, we did not.
So I don't think Adam Silver.
I don't think we said that 5 years ago.
We didn't. I think Adam Silver's, I really believe, Jimmy B, he's got a hornet's nest on his hands to make sure this game's cleaned up. Now, the NCAA, and I will see this.
Okay.
The NBA basketball, I think all pro sports will work closely, not only with the feds will work closely with Vegas, with the bookies, the legitimate books.
Yes, if something looks iffy. Yeah.
I think what the feds will probably do, they're going to monitor pro athletes, pro sports, maybe more so, in light of the Chauncey Billups poker games and the Terry Rozier heads up, I'm not going to play the second quarter or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So don't you think that attention from the feds and FBI, whoever, to deal with the DraftKings, and all those legitimate, to see if there's any discrepancies, that they get a heads up. We didn't think about that 5 years ago.
No.
So don't you think now?
Yeah.
If something is seen, it'll be brought to the attention. So the NCAA and Adam Silver are going to be given a heads up.
Suns on the road tonight. They play the Mavericks in Dallas. 6:30 is the tip-off time for that game. Hey, this portion of the show presented by our newest partner, and that is Stretch Lab. At Stretch Lab, they're built to help everybody move better and feel better and live better. Every one-on-one session is custom-made just for you. For a location near you, visit stretchlab.com. Again, that is stretchlab.com. Built to help everybody move better, feel better, and live better. Once again, stretchlab.com. We're hanging out today, everybody, at Venezia's. We have had phone issues back at the radio studio, so we have not been able to have our guests be on the show, but we will continue all the way until 4 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The Suns look to stay hot tonight as they go for their fourth straight win, hitting the road to take on the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. Tip-off is set for 6:30 with pregame coverage starting at 5:30 on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Over in the NFL, the Cardinals will be without wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. against the 49ers on Sunday after he underwent appendicitis surgery earlier this week. Arizona will look to Trey McBride along with Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch to help fill the void in his absence. Attention Sun Devil fans, Venezia's Pizzeria is now the official pizza partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Grab your giant slice of pepperoni or cheese at every ASU home game. Proudly serving fans and fueling the Devils all season long. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition and Sun Devil favorite. Visit Venezias.com today. That's Venezias.com today.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Talk about stepping up! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. Outdoers get more done.
Now back to the guys live from one of the Seven Valley Venezia's pizzerias. Venezia's, a proud partner of Sun Devils Athletics.
Three receivers to the right. Snap to Brissett, throwing a fade left side into the end zone for Harrison. And Harrison able to secure it for 2 points.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We've been hanging out all day at Venezia's Pizzeria here on the campus of ASU. Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight of Marvin Harrison Jr. with the catch. Manuch, that is not going to be the situation this coming Sunday.
Yeah, the appendectomy he had Monday night. Yeah, he's out at least this week. Hopefully the Cardinals will get him back next week because they're really in the thick of their schedule with 8 games to go. So Marvin Harrison is out for this game. As we talked a little bit earlier, Zay Jones is out for the rest of the year with the torn Achilles. Simi Fehoko on the IR for at least 4 games with the wrist injury. So this is what you're left with.
Okay.
From the receiving standpoint, aside from the outstanding all-pro tight end in McBride, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Xavier Weaver.
I'm not excited.
Okay, so that's pretty much where you're at with that. Now, they have signed off the practice squad Andre Buccelli, and he'll be part of the active roster. They have placed wide receivers, as I mentioned, Zay Jones and Fehoko on the IR. They have also made a couple moves as far as re-signing cornerback Jaden Davis and signed wide receiver Jalen Virgil to the practice squad. So if Weaver, who is questionable right now for the Cardinals, can't go, I would imagine that Jalen Virgil would be the receiver they activate, whether that be on Saturday or Sunday.
He does have some experience.
He does. He's played 16 games with the Bills last year.
Okay.
He's with Denver in 2022 and 2023. Has 2 receptions for 75 yards, 1 touchdown. He appeared in 7 games, as I mentioned, with the Bills. And in 9 games as a rookie with the Broncos. And he was an undrafted rookie free agent from Appalachian State. Not a lot of pros from Appalachian State. He's 27 years old.
Okay.
He played in 61 games at App State, had 98 receptions, 436 yards, and 11 touchdowns. So very capable as far as catching the ball. I don't know if he's fast, if he's a possession guy. Quite frankly, the only guy that can take it to the house or stretch the field is Weaver.
I agree.
And, and heavy reliance, as the Niners will know now, will be on Trey McBride. He'll be the guy.
Do they double him like almost every passing down? I mean, they have to do something.
They've
like
tried.
That. Yeah.
He's just so good at getting open.
Okay.
He'll recognize man, zone. He'll set it down in the zone. They might bracket him even more so, have an inside, a linebacker on the inside, a guy that can cover, or nickelback, or you'll have a safety, to the outside. But the thing about him is he's so strong. He can go up and catch the ball, and he can wall off a linebacker or a safety to make the catch. And then he's very difficult. The yards after contact or yards after catch, he's very good. And as we saw the other day, he's still quite the hurdler when he catches the ball.
That is true.
3rd down and 15, he catches the ball. He hurdles the corner, who didn't really go that low, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And he gets the 1st down. So this receiving core, and if I'm offensive coordinator Drew Petzing, I would look at a lot of motion. I'd look at a lot of crossing routes just to get guys open. I would have to stretch the field, but I would really look at 1st down situations, get Trey McBride the ball early, and try to stay ahead of the sticks. You're going to have to try to run. Even though you can't run, you still got to give it the old college try.
What is that? Even though you can't
even though
run?
you can't, you got to at least show some effort at running. I think for some reason with this young defense of the 49ers, you should have some success. Now, the Rams blew the doors off of them, the Niners last week.
They really
scored,
did.
49 points on?
I think they scored again.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Matthew Stafford had his day with that secondary, but he's got a very experienced receiving core.
Yes.
Devontae Adams had a great game. The tight ends had a great game. Puka Nacua had a great game. They were hitting on all cylinders, but they could run. And I think
they have Christian McCaffrey.
No, I'm talking about the Rams.
Oh,
the Rams could run against the Niners defense.
Oh, yes.
Hang with me here, Jimmy. So I think with that being said, I think they can run a little bit. They got to give it a try. This is how I'd run. I get DeMarcado or Bam Knight to the outside. They can't run inside. Get them on the perimeter. Get them on the edge. You might have to try a little trickeration with Greg Dortch, maybe reverse here and there. I think there's a few things you have to do to set up this Niners defense to try to catch them off balance.
All right.
So with the receiving core you have, it's not a bad receiving core. I mean, they were never outstanding even with Marv Jr.
Oh, then it's not a good receiving core.
You
can't say they're not bad.
Back up.
No, they're
I'd say they were bad. That's what I said. They're not a bad receiving core.
Okay.
They're a decent receiving core.
Okay.
But who's made them a better receiving core is the quarterback, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, otherwise, with Kyler Murray, they're dinking and dunking. With Wilson getting more catches, with McBride involved more so inside the red zone. When Marv was on the team, they were stretching the ball more so. That's because of Jacoby Brissett. So for Brissett, reading the defense, getting the ball on zone coverage or man-to-man is going to be very key. But he does a great job of reading the defense and getting the ball out. Now, I think they need to get the ball out quicker.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be one of the challenges because this offensive line has been horrific at pass blocking. So I think more screens, more slip screens, more draws just to hold that rush at bay.
Okay. All right. So things do not look great this coming weekend is what we're trying to say for the Arizona Cardinals. The NFC West and the 49ers are coming in with all of the injuries that they have had. Yes, but they still have a winning record, which the Cardinals obviously do not. Seattle is a dominant NFC West team. The Los Angeles Rams, dominant NFC West team. It's the battle of those two Titans to see who wins this division.
Yeah, and that game's in L.A. right now. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. Over-under on this one?
Yeah.
Close to 50. It's 48.5 on the over-under. So this is that time of the year when you got 8 games to go that you have to make a move. And I feel that's going to be the best game of the weekend, Seahawks and Rams.
Oh, it's a dandy.
That's going to be a great game. But don't you know the 49ers have to keep up with who? The Rams and the Seahawks.
They do.
And there's the Cardinals 4 games back at 3-6 of the 7-2 and 7-2 Seahawks and Rams, and the 6-4 49ers. So if the Cardinals are going to go on a run, which they've got a snowball's chance in hell of right now.
Thank you. I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah. And I think that they're, it's kind of like that out went down the road, if you will. And I think that they have – this is at the desperation, urgency standpoint, which started probably 2 weeks ago for the Cardinals. But there you have it. All 4 teams playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So even if the Rams were to beat the Seahawks are still 3 ahead of the Cardinals. And even if the Cardinals beat the Niners, they're still 3 games back. So it's just you have to win if you're going to keep any kind of a standard, because if the Cardinals lose, they will be literally 5 games back of the NFC West.
Well, we have already kicked them to the curb.
We have.
I mean, yesterday you brought this up on the show, and I looked at you, and you said, "I'm sorry, I have to do this," and that was draft.
Yeah,
You're already looking, and I think you said if it were to take place yesterday, they would pick number 11.
Yes, they would. They would. And I think for Cardinal fans that are disgruntled, discouraged to see their team out of it so soon.
Yeah.
And it was, there was, when the Ravens were 2-5, everybody came back. They're now 3-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you look at, if there was a team that was, let me just put it this way. If there's a team in the National Football League that you go, okay, out of all the teams that are 2-5, the Ravens all of a sudden, they've won
2 in a row. They're 4-5.
They've won 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're now 4-5.
Yeah.
So if there was a team that was at 2-5, that gets their quarterback back, they get their tight ends healthy.
Yep.
That would be the team in their division. So they're in the AFC North. So all of a sudden they're 4-5. They're 1 game back of the Pittsburgh Steelers,
right?
Who got beat last week by the Chargers. And then there's the Bengals, and the Browns have lost 2 in a row.
The Browns are toast. The Bengals have Joe Burrow.
Well, he's not coming back till maybe.
No, but he's working out already.
Jimmy, he's not coming back till mid-December.
Are you sure?
Yes, they said he just started his 21-game.
His 21-day window.
21-day window.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So Joe Flacco,
yeah,
if he can hold serve on winning their games, but the Ravens at 2-5, you're like, if there's a team that can overcome that and get to the playoffs, it's the Ravens, and they've won 3 in a row.
Right.
So here you go with the Ravens. But everybody else, you see something like that, they don't have the wherewithal because they don't have everybody healthy, and they've got studs that win games for them, i.e. Lamar Jackson as that stud.
You're right, absolutely right about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. My memory is foggy. You know how old I am at freaking 92. So it's a struggle sometimes. Didn't the San Diego Chargers start 0-4, and then Stan Humphries was the quarterback and took them to the playoffs? I believe that was it.
They might have been. I remember when the Steelers did that.
Yes, they did too. You're right.
They went 0-4, and I remember when the Packers, they started like 2-5 or 2-4.
Yeah.
The year they won the Super Bowl, they also. It can happen.
It's happened.
But it's rare. But if there's a team that we said, if you picked all the teams, the Cardinals would probably be the very last one.
Yes.
At 2-5 to be able to come back and make a wild card.
I'm with you on that. Hey, this segment presented by Crest Insurance, and we want to remind you, tune in tomorrow at 1:30 for the Crest Insurance Sun Devil Report. It's Crest Insurance. It serves clients nationwide, earning a reputation for exceptional customer service and tailored insurance solutions. Once again, that's Crest Insurance. You can check them out online, crestins.com. That is crestins.com. When we come back, Lerner and Rowe, one call, the results of our State 48 roofing. It's your call, question of the day, and a lot more. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. Where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure, followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, everything you need and nothing you don't.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Since we play the Jets tomorrow night, how about a 2-day contract?
Let's do it.
Okay.
What's the signing bonus?
Nothing's changed.
That is just absolutely awesome. That was in New England, where they are going to retire Rob Gronkowski. And Robert Kraft, the owner of the team, standing at the podium talking about their playing the Jets, and asked Gronkowski, hey, how about a 2-day contract? Manucci talked just like you. He says, hey, how about what's the signing bonus here? Anyway, that is indeed our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. In a wreck, need a check, just make one call. That is Lerner and Rowe at 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. They can help you, and you get a free consultation. Lerner and Rowe, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. What's on Tap is presented by Dos Equis, and it is the Suns at the Mavericks tonight. And you can listen to it on Arizona Sports 98.7. Our State 48.
At 6:30 tonight.
I'm sorry, 6:30. Thank you. Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. And by the way, State 48 Roofing, you want to make sure you have them come out and inspect your roof before you start to get leaks with rain coming in this weekend. State48roofing.com, or you can call them at 480-268-4509.
Do the recent gambling scandals have you watching the NBA and college basketball with a much keener eye? Again, just go to Roc and Manuch on X and on Instagram. Yes, makes me leery. No, don't think about it. Again, one more time. Yes, makes me leery. or no, I don't think about it. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on X and on Instagram. All right, Connor, which way are the folks leaning?
Going to need the folks to go get me some more votes. Right now, we're still stuck at 50-50. 50% said, yes, it makes me leery, and 50% saying, no, not going to think about it.
So, Laz, you like to wager. You and Connor like to wager, and Connor, you as well. Let me ask you first, Connor. I mean, you like to wager, college, NBA, whatever. For you, which way do you vote on this?
Yeah, I think it makes me more leery. I think once we kind of heard about this situation when it really went back with Jonte Porter I want to say that was probably a little over a year ago. And then more things have started to unravel with the Terry Rozier situation. Yeah, as a fan of the game, whenever you invite that type of integrity into the game, it's hard to get out of it.
And Laz, what do
yeah,
you think?
I agree with you. And I think, how could you not start to notice it? Because I think my whole life, all me and my friends watch games and are like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? How do they not score there? How does that not go in? It's so rigged is what we say. But I think truly it is the tip of the iceberg, and some things may be more rigged than we realize when you look at things such as missed free throws late, turnovers, things to help change the score late when it's like, was that necessary? Now every fan, including myself, looks at, all right, was that rigged? Was that to backdoor cover the spread? Was that to do this or that? And so how could it not make you more leery? I think everyone's watching even closer than they already were now.
And I the officials aren't exempt from this either now, guys.
No, they are not.
They're not exempt.
No.
And not that we've seen anything yet, but I remember Tim Donaghy got popped, got busted, wrote the book. We had him on several times. Roc and I had him on a few times, and he told us how. And one of those games was San Antonio Phoenix Suns playoff game. And he alleges that some of the NBA execs came and say, look, guys, you need to call this closer, on and on and on. And they made some calls to make it closer to have the series extended. So don't you think that Adam Silver, I would think that he's got egg on his face with the Rozier situation, Chauncey Billups situation,
right?
Some of the officiating. I mean, who was it the other day? One of the coaches said, I'm sorry. I said, there were some calls out there. I can't believe it. And then some of the no calls on Devin Booker. Jordan Ott, you could tell, has bit his tongue several times at, guys, what the hell's going on? I mean, some very blatant, obvious calls.
Are you telling me that the current state of NBA officiating sucks?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. I think it's
now
horrible.
people are questioning.
Yeah. I'll just kind of dumb it down for everybody. Yeah. It sucks.
I mean, you've watched the game forever.
I
mean,
have.
We had guys like Rick Garrettson Sr., some of the grand old officials. They called the game very fairly. They would talk to guys. They would warn guys. Hey, get your hands off him. Hey, if you throw a forearm shiver again, I'm going to call it. So they controlled the game in a very fair, matter-of-fact way. Nowadays, hell, even Devin Booker goes, I got hacked, and I breathed on him down the court. You called the foul on me, and I got hacked on a call. I got a no call. So I don't understand.
I get you.
If you called it fairly, where's that at? Now, for instance, Major League Baseball umpiring next year. If you got the tracker, you're going to get a chance to challenge it. Okay, there's no questions. We saw in the World Series, we saw a lot of high strikes, outside strikes, and we went, okay, just adjust to the zone, hitter. Okay, if a guy has been consistent, I get it. That's his zone. If all of a sudden he's not calling what he called in the second inning, he's not calling the ninth inning on a consistent basis, I'm going to go timeout. Now, which made me think that way is what? Are these gambling scandals? I would never think about that, guys. 10, 15 years ago, but it seems though the Donaghy era as an official and what we've seen now is just, I mean, the new era is we're questioning everything because of FanDuel and DraftKings.
And every time they're talking about the gambling issues and the legal problems, there's a gambling promotion going on below it on the ticker.
Always is.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that.
Yeah.
My wife and I were watching it was a Suns game or an NBA game. And, they were talking about it on the screen. And then it came back with a DraftKings commercial. She goes, so you're talking about gambling with all these issues and you're promoting gambling?
Go bet 50, get 300. Also, they're legally betting on the games. This guy's going to jail. Go get your bonus bet now. It's ridiculous.
And the thing, Jimmy, you and I, we, it's happenstance as far as we didn't think about it, but a young guy like Connor and Laz, it's part of their thinking now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, especially if you're wagering.
Yeah.
How do you make that call when you didn't call that? Or, ooh, wow. I mean, who would ever known that Terry Rozier was out after the second quarter We just thought he was hurt. Or Chauncey Billups is working with the Mafia. Only one family, all 4 families.
All 4.
Absolutely. And by the way, Mick Finucci, he's not a relative. It's MINUCCI.
I'm not buying it. I'm not. I think you've sent him a few bucks in the past, Manuch.
But Laz, I think you're right. I think this is the tip of the iceberg.
Very much so.
I really do. I think that Vegas, the handicappers, the feds are going to start working with them more closely in every sport. I mean, football, baseball, basketball.
Agreed.
But it just seems that, and even Mateer last year. Remember Mateer? They had some question marks
Get
about
to deny all those allegations.
Yeah, exactly.
At the beginning of this year, actually.
He's a starting quarterback for Oklahoma.
Right. Yep.
Could you imagine if he got mixed up with the wrong crowd? Hey, Mateer, you're playing Alabama this weekend in Bama.
Yep.
You know what? Just make sure you throw a couple picks because that might affect the over-under or whatever. And, I mean, that could happen.
Well, and they're young kids, so you got a guy from the Mafia or from wherever coming up to them, leaving this impression on them. They're very easily convinced and impressionable kids at this young age.
Absolutely. I mean, you want to clear your name that, hey, I got a chance to be drafted. And if I get caught up in a gambling scandal, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL will never, no pro sport, no CFL, indoor league, NFL would ever touch a Mateer if all of a sudden they found out that he was doing something for the mob,
100%. Right,
to fix himself on the back end.
Yeah.
Look, it's very, very difficult to police this,
Right.
but I believe, Manuch, that they are trying to do the best that they possibly can,
Sure.
and that's why these recent cases were uncovered. And they worked on them, I believe they said, 1.5 years, 2 years.
Well, let's not fail to mention, we talked about this yesterday, the 2 guys that got popped by the Guardians.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting.
Oh, the 2 pitchers, yeah.
Yeah, and Laz and I were talking about this yesterday. I said, Laz, you mentioned something about this back in August when they got suspended. And you brought it up right away. Well, yeah, because the first pitch was in the ground. What was the synopsis? You said that they...
Yeah, Clase and Ortiz were both intentionally throwing their first pitch of every appearance into the ground while they had guys on the side throwing 50,000 to 100 on each of them. The only time in which they lost was Andy Pages on the Dodgers. Cost him $100,000 by swinging at a terrible pitch, and it was hilarious.
And Laz knew that. I went, uh-oh. Hey, tomorrow we'll be at Twin Peaks in Tempe. We'll catch up with our ASU U of A coach Wright from NAU. Catch up with Jason Mons from ASU. I have Glenn Howell on tomorrow. Rick Hoare, the sports professor, will join us. And Howard Balzer all mañana from the Twin Peaks in Tempe.
Hope they have the phones fixed.
Oh, I do too.
Otherwise, it's just going to be us yapping for 3 hours again.
And real quick, at all 7 Valley locations of Venezia's Pizzeria, you have the Wednesday special. Check it out, 24-inch one-topping party pizza for just $28.99.
Thank you to Venezia's. We are out of here, everybody. We'll see you at Twin Peaks, ESPN 620.